Not gonna lie, it's a chill day today. Or so I think. Start the stream out a little later than usual. We've got a Ladies Halo FFA that's already well underway. And then a Scrim I forgot about that has just begun. So that might be a worthwhile opportunity for us. We've got an SSG, Space Station, and LUMINON matchup. Otherwise, I'm just chilling. I feel a little bit under the weather, if I'm being honest. How we doing, guys? Welcome, welcome. Definitely going to enjoy my Thanksgiving tomorrow and probably Monday as well. If it is Thanksgiving for you guys in Canada. That's a homie, yeah. How we doing, Samurai? Galbrail. Gabriel's first in the Twitch. Edwin on the YouTube. Gotta let the Discord and Twitter know that we are now live. Wooden POV and SLG for SSG versus LUMINON is actually not so bad. That's actually not bad. I was thinking we were just going to watch this Ladies FFA, but, I was in and out of Twitch today, and there seemed to be a lot of delays. I don't know. We'll see. How we doing, Clev? 7-stream streak, brother. Let's go. I appreciate you. Hold on. There we go. Shyway is 5'5". How did you know? Where'd you figure that out? Yeah, me and Harry Potter, same height. Any update on Gunny? No update on Gunny. That's up to Gunny, man. When Gunny has an update, I'm sure you'll know. We're not gonna get an update until he decides to do something about it. And the fact that he hasn't decided or hasn't done anything yet is a little bit concerning. A little bit. But, he's got to take his time. He's going to take his time. Left free. Damn good Halo, brother. First sub of the day. 7-month streak. I appreciate you. Let's start out right. Happy Saturday. Hope you're doing well. Hope all you guys are doing well. Even in the days that I'm not feeling 100%. Getting a chance to hang out with you guys is something to be grateful for. So, Harry Potter is a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. I'd like to be a wizard. Who wouldn't want to be a wizard? What's up, Chris Hall? How we doing? Bobby, Canux, Quentin, how you doing? Edwin, welcome. I'm going to replay that song. That is called Sequence. So this one's good too, but still. I heard of that AI 50s remix of Eminem's Without Me. Actually, it did pop up on my Twitter feed today, and I heard a tiny bit of it. It seemed vibey. But I was kind of like doing other things, and I just had, when you like play you click a video on Twitter and then you put your phone down, and then it auto plays into the next. It was something like that. Is this actually happening right now? If there's actual game, we should have jumped on immediately, because if there's actual gameplay on screen with the Ladies FFA, I would be down to see it. We've got some talented players participating, but the delays between matches have been long, arduous. Do we add a bunch of POVs as well? Like, I know Command Station will likely go far in this thing. A little disheartening to not see Lady Echidna not Lady Echidna, my bad. Miss Lacar. Well, she could be in here too. Miss Lacar is not in this one. Pink Sakura. Okay, that's a good one too. Wait. I think that's right. I heard time for some damn good Halo. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. Optic won yesterday without dropping a single map. They dropped nothing. Zilch. Nada. Which is good looks, but at the same time, SR did not participate. So sort of to be expected. Even beating MV and LUMINON without dropping a map was typical for sure. But obviously we got to see a little bit more, and we have to see it versus Shopify, versus FaZe. To really get a gauge of where Optic are at right now, but they do mean business. This is Woodham POV versus SSG, Space Station. LUMINON might have a double scrim today. They've been working hard. I think they might have complexity after this. So, big ups to the boys in Europe who are boot camping at NA, giving us Halo entertainment, especially versus a team that never streams. We never get to see SSG POV. SR or Optic Scrim today? No, not that I'm aware of, Quentin. I was not actually anticipating a Scrim watch party. I was thinking what we'd do is watch the Ladies FFA, and then during the breaks, we play FFA ourselves with viewers in chat, which some of you might be down for. But now that I'm seeing Woodham and SLG live, I'm a little bit of, you know, I feel like I'm being pulled in two different directions. Nerd! Samantha, why are you not competing in the Ladies FFA? All right, how about that? You call me a nerd. I see you in the chat. You play a little bit of Halo, right? All good love and vibes to you beautiful people. That's what I like to see, Jambi. You as well, man. Kind of hop in some FFA. Yeah, I thought that might be kind of fun. I literally have not played a game of ranked Halo Infinite for, like, since the last time we played ranked on stream. Which it has to be like a month now. It's getting kind of, I don't know, problematic. Is a Halo streamer allowed to not play Halo for that long? If I'm live every day? Who's this? T-Slays. Do we just add like a bunch of POVs that we could flip through? Like we usually do, right? T-Slays? Hold on. T-Slays TV. Miss Smiles. Like that? No. Hold on. That doesn't look right. 3 S's. I think I got it. One more POV. Hazy. Some names I don't recognize here. Hazy. Hazy. I'm not good with names. All right, underscore. There we go. We're decked out. Oh, that was not correct. Unless that person got off. They did get off. I guess that means they're no longer in the tournament. How's LUMINON looking? I'm not sure. We just got here. How you doing, Clutch? Welcome, man. I think they just won that game. That might have been game 2. I'll give you guys a scrim score update when we figure it out. I literally just went live. How do I stop this?
But like I was telling him, I don't think I got enough from that to save myself from my past mistake.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the leaderboard.
When's Optic play?
I
Like half an hour. Just stick around. I promise. Trust me, bro. How you doing, Morty? Evan, welcome. What's good? I would love to play an FFA. Yeah, maybe we do that. So that was the original plan until I recognized that SLG and Woodham are in scrims. And I thought it might be worthwhile to watch some of this too, so
this is the way.
I'm open to both. How is it? VRistic. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Y'all are looking at Woodham POV for game 3, I believe. Let's get Halo Data Hive. Halo Daddy Hive. Because only Halo Dads are on the Hive. You know what I'm saying? Halo Daddy Hive. Worrying about statistics. Current scrim score is 2-0. LUMINON versus SSG. Good for LUMINON, not great for SSG, especially considering Optic just showcased their dominance versus this team the other day. SSG now having trouble. Well, that is... Do we go LUM? 0 SSG? Something like that. Hey, Alex, what's up, man? I feel like I get better just by watching. Yeah, I agree. It does help. I think the best way to improve is a combination of watching other people play and learning as you watch, obviously, right? Like active watching, listening, like paying attention, you know, noticing the little things that these guys do, the habits that they have, the routes that they take, and why they take them, you know? And actively playing on a regular basis. You have to be putting a lot of time into the game. You can't cheat that, you know? Like, if you don't have hours and hours of muscle memory built up, then it's going to be very difficult to translate anything you see The more time that you play, the easier it is to like visualize yourself on the controller and feel what it feels like to hit the shot that Woodham is pulling off here. Now this I have no relationship with, right? He's on M&K, so it's very hard to fully internalize his playstyle in my mind as somebody who has no M&K Halo background. I can imagine what it might feel like, but I think Woodham's a unique beast in that regard. How we doing, Quintana? Subconsciously mimic who I've... Yeah, so that's a learning technique, especially for musicians who will, say, for example, listen to piano. A pianist will listen to a song on piano and imagine themselves playing the song without actually playing the song. And that type of active learning is similar. The same areas of your brain activate when you play the piano itself. Similar areas, at least. So you are actually... you know, gaining significant ability just watching the POV or just listening to the song and imagining yourself playing. Watching the POV, imagining yourself playing, you know? But you still gotta put the work in. Without the background, without the muscle memory, it's a lot harder to productively do that. Streams are great too, no biggie either way. Just fired up H2A. H2 anniversary? Remastered? Time for a trip down memory lane. Hey, enjoy it, Evan. Not to tease you, anniversary's a good time. That's why I like to watch Last Shot, yeah. Last Shot, I find, I mean, all pro players are gonna be excellent for learning. Some more than others might be a little bit easier to translate, like, something I like about the way Formal aims, for example, is he's very fundamentally sound, so it feels like something that you can learn from and immediately apply, versus another POV like, let's say, Bound, who, while he's extremely creative and it might give you some ideas on how to approach certain engagements, his aim is more sporadic and, you know what I mean? Like, it might be a little bit harder to learn from versus other players that are more structured in their approach, if that makes sense. But it really depends on what is it that you're trying to add to your game. So, Last Shot, super fast-paced, rotation-heavy player. His aim skill is insane, too. The way he snaps between targets, emulating that. The effortlessness of Last Shot's aim is very interesting as well. It's like he uses the most minimal amount of right stick, only the correct motions, and nothing else. As a wacky POV, yeah. But that's important too, because then you'll watch that and you'll be like, oh shit, I didn't, you know, I've never seen that interaction played in that way, you know. Or that was like smart how he, you know, used that area of geometry to, you know, reach out or to slide or whatever. Last Shot's timing, yeah. Last Shot, watch how he reacts to damage that he deals, right? So he'll put like 2 or 3 shots in, and then he'll move. He's either moving like more aggressively or defensively, depending on how it's going. Which is pretty cool. He's like a bunny. He's like all over the place, you know? If he's got an opportunity, like a clear advantage, he'll close it out. But if it's not clear, he's out. He ejects himself before he takes too much free damage. The amount of damage that you take is valuable in some senses. Like, if you take a lot of damage and stay alive, it's valuable. But also, there's bad damage and good damage, right? So pros are very good at not taking bad damage, like unnecessary cross-map. I can't even see Woodham's shields, by the way, speaking of which. Right, preserving like at least half your shield so that the priority fight nearby, let's say, you're healthy enough to engage with without dying immediately. Hey, dude, Steven. A lot. Yeah, Frosty's a really good POV to learn from. In Halo 5, I learned a lot watching Frosty. And even now, Frosty reads the game in a really cool way. He's very good at he's got really good timing, really good understanding of spawns, and he's very good at keeping his presence low, but doing it in a stylish way. Like, he catches people off guard a lot. Chadway, how we doing, Gunner? Humans 101? What? Okay, so I do want to watch a little bit of this, okay? Oh, no, this is a break. Is this a break or is this legit? This is a replay of a previous match. It'd be cool to watch, like, at least one full game of the Ladies FFA, or even some Command Station POV. I think she's in matchmaking right now. When that comes up. Huge-ass stream overlay. Yeah, low-key it is. Shout out to LUMINON. You know, they're doing good work picking up Woodham and this team. And they also have an FFA coming out in, like, a week or so. But I would like Woodham to resize this a little bit. because I want to see the guy's freaking shield bar. Any day above the ground is a good day. Yeah. Yeah, it's better to be grateful than to be stuck ruminating and not in the present moment, you know? Be in the present moment. Not every day is going to be freaking sunshine and rainbows. I know that the weather's gloomier here today, but I still went for a run, you know, still prayed before the live stream. I've been doing that. Still grateful, still feel blessed to be here, so just focus on that. How we doing, Barbosa? Welcome, man. Just like he's covering the shield on purpose? Why would he do that? I don't want anybody, not even my teammates or Shyway, to know how much health I have. I can imagine how much health he's got left, and that doesn't make any sense. It's like, what strategic advantage is there to covering the shield bar? Nobody can screen watch him and download that info fast enough. That doesn't make any sense. Just saying that has confused me. So if that comment, maybe just due to the fact that I'm confused, that's how it's working by the idea of it. I think it was just kind of applied without too much thought about that aspect of it. Stellar was in my custom lobbies last night. He stayed for 2 games, and the result was, how'd it go, Barbosa? You beat him up, right? You showed him who's better. Who's dad? I was gonna say who's dad, but that's right. Stellar gets no free passes. All right, not from my viewers. How you doing, Savage? I'm going to Worlds, yeah. That is the plan. I heard about APG. I was in his stream earlier. He was saying that they might not have an area to watch party, which is shitty, man. I was hoping to see APG at Worlds. Hopefully they figure it out. Hopefully they do give him like a spot to watch party at. That would be a shame with Maniac, right? How much they paying Legend to go to COD? I heard it was like 5 million, something like that. 6. Bro, how would I know? How would I know how much? We don't even have a hard confirmation from Vancouver Surge. I don't know anything. I know about as much as you do, 6. No, so basically, from what I gather, if the watch party isn't in the venue for Maniac and APG, then they simply wouldn't go to Worlds, and they would do it from home, which, you know, at least there would be a watch party for their viewers, but that obviously sucks. You want to be there for the World Championship, and it'd be cool to come by and meet them. And well, I met APG a long time ago, but, you know, I was hoping to contribute over the weekend in some way. 5 million, pretty good. Yeah, I was thinking it was like 5 million cash in like a briefcase under a bridge, like near the highway type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like a little exchange, and then he plays for the team, all in one go. Oh, you should ask for 12. Okay. Drive a hard bargain. Yeah. You got to know his worth, right? He's got to know his worth. His wife. Reality is that most people are paid almost exclusively by their tourney winnings. Their online presence is rewarded, and the teams take a cut of the prize money. Sorry, what do you mean? The reality is that most people are paid almost exclusively by their tournament winnings. Most people. Okay. Most. Okay. Most people aren't getting any tournament winnings. People who are getting tournament winnings are probably sponsored, and those that are sponsored are typically getting a salary. If we're talking about Call of Duty, they're definitely getting a salary. So there's an annual salary, regardless of whether or not they're winning. Obviously, if they're not winning, they might not stick around on the team. And then, yeah, they're rewarded for their content creation. Any sponsors associated with the org they can make money from. And the org does take a cut of the prize pool, I believe, but very small portion. Like, I'm talking like 10% as far as my understanding. But I don't know, 100%. I've just heard things from different creators and whatnot. Are we looking at a 3-0 scrim? We are, man. The LUMINON coming out with an icy close, and I'm not even here appreciating it. My apologies, chat. Give me a second or two to get situated. Well, we sit on break for the FFA as well. It's still on break. 3-0 versus SSG is the score. Small teams often take more because they have to. Bigger teams take less to cut the orgs from the winning. Okay. And then on top of that, though, there would be like certain requirements, I'm sure, to stream or to produce certain content or whatever, if like accompanied with that contract that the pros would sign. So, you know, in order to earn the salary, earn whatever, they would have to do certain deliverables. You're done pocket watching. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. This is, you know, if you're getting paid on a contract and playing for a top team, you're probably doing pretty well for yourself, especially if you're in a you know, reputable or popular esport. You're probably doing pretty well for yourself. And even if the salary itself wasn't incredible, if you're good enough, then there's an opening there if you want it to create content, to build a platform. Tourney over? Tourney's not over. There's just long breaks in between, Tim. So like when I go here, it just says replay. I hope it's not over. I did come in very late, so it's been going since like 12 p.m. It wasn't really my intention to get here from the morning and catch it all up. You know, it just happened to be on today. Thought we would give it a spotlight if it's available. How you doing, Tim? Don't listen to him. They all get a salary. No, he seems to be. Turtle seems to be aware that there's a salary. I think maybe there's a miscommunication in the YouTube chat. I don't know.
We have the ball.
Wonder if Woodham aims with his keyboard and not his mouse. Like, kind of. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, like, does he aim with his strafe? Probably a little bit, but M&K is much more predominantly like right arm control for your aim, right? Because the flexibility that you have to aim on mouse versus controller is just so much different, right? You get so much more flexibility. So I think generally, oh, that was slick. Generally, M&K players will use more of their mouse to aim than their strafe. But there is some strafe work involved, for sure. That is a technique. That is a technique. I just don't think it's as fundamental or as like necessary as it is on controller.
Not today, friend.
Because you can rely so much on your mouse. You'll notice with Woodham, he does a few different things. He jumps more in combat than I think the average controller player because he can get away with it and turn a lot and aim just as accurately. He also jumps at players a lot. Like in close quarters combat, he jumps over your head very often because he knows that if he does that, he puts you at disadvantage on controller. It's very hard to keep up with somebody jumping directly, sprint jumping directly over your head in close quarters. And for him, he can just look down in a flick and beat you down. Not a fan of... Yeah, I mean, I hear you, Uzi. It's interesting for me as a spectator, but I can understand from your perspective, competing against it and seeing some of the shit that they're capable of, you know, that it's a little iffy, you know? Like, I'll see from, like, your POV, let's say, Woodham with a sniper just insta 180, like, headshot somebody. That shit looks so broken. Like, insta turn around, prevent a backsmack, insta, like, anything. There's a flexibility there that's just kind of like, looks like a robot. Like, looks, I don't know. Does not look smooth. Just create some weird dynamics in gameplay. As a viewer, though, it's impressive to see what Woodham's capable of. It's way more fun to watch. I wouldn't say it's way more fun to watch. It's not as smooth as controller. Like, there's a discipline that comes with controller that's just smooth and satisfying. I think there's...
That is just good Halo right there.
Uzi, let's go, brother. My God. Oh, Greedy. Let's go. Greedy with the gifted to Uzi. Welcome, Uzi. Uzi, by the way, at some point, we gotta go ahead and let people know about the, that... What's it called? Critical, thank you for the follow. Why the word's not coming to me? This campaign, it's not campaign, it's not the petition. Jeez, I couldn't come up with the word petition. There's a petition, guys, to sign right now to see Uzi and Legion compete at Worlds. I didn't even realize this was a conversation. I thought that maybe after this game we can look at it together. We got 283 signatures. We should put a spotlight on this. I was featured in the first 10 seconds of the most Shotsy video of a shot. Well, yeah, the long time ago, though, right, Gage? The Shotsy video from a while ago? We didn't make it, by the way, thanks to Thug Nasty. Yes, I see it in the... Here, I'll just link it to you guys. If you're in the chat and you want to see Uzi and Legion compete at Worlds, turns out there's, like, ruling, HCS ruling. This is probably not the best link. This is super long. Hold on. If it works for Twitch, then do that. But for YouTube, there's ruling for HCS that forces the team to play with a coach as a substitute instead of another player if a player can't contribute, right? If a player can't participate. So Gunny, of course, will not be at Worlds, and Legion want to participate. With Jagged Cloud playing, the guy's not a pro. It just wouldn't be fair. So, you know, we want to see them in the esport, want to give them an opportunity to get a sub. I hope HCS can do that and bend the rules a little bit for this specific circumstance. Still unbalanced. Anyway, if you guys want to see them compete, Legion compete at Worlds, please click that link, fill it out. It takes 2 seconds. I got to do it myself. I haven't done it myself. Let's try to get some signatures, and I'll put it on Twitter too. Breaking down his movement. Yeah, like a long time ago when I was a kid, basically, right? Like in 2018, that was that video, yeah? Uzi, no problem, man. You guys deserve to be at the event and to have a fighting chance. That's ridiculous. Like, I understand that this is a difficult position for HCS to be in, but, you know, they gotta, I really hope that they pull some strings here. Yeah, they deserve an opportunity. I mean, come on. Yeah, the link hopefully in the chat. It's going around Twitter as well. What team got DQ'd for Worlds year 2 because one of their players didn't make it? Like, so, okay, I can understand in a circumstance that, like, the team is set up to go and somebody, for whatever reason, couldn't get through the border, or somebody got sick, or you know what I mean? Like, God forbid, some terrible circumstance took place and somebody couldn't make it to the event. Then HCS's hands are tied. There's nothing they could do. They can't just, like, grab somebody out the venue or conveniently throw them into the tournament. I feel like this specific circumstance is different. This is like, you know, we got time in advance of the event for somebody to, you know, jump in and maybe practice with them a little bit. I don't know. Like, is this not a unique scenario? I feel like this is a unique scenario. Sign. Thank you, guys. Well, okay, so what's confirmed is Gunny will not be at Worlds. Rohit. Beyond that, I don't know. There's speculation. People are saying things. I'm sure Uzi knows. But I'm not going to put the man on the spot. It's up to Gunny to come forward and be transparent and make a video, which supposedly he's doing. So give him the time to figure that out. Hopefully that happens. Can blame them because some of them feel entitled to be better than controller players who have played 15 plus years on console. Of course they're going to be better. Wait, what are you talking about? I wouldn't expect to be better than the average controller player if I switched. I'm going to need some context for that. I get annoyed with new MK players that show up when the game first comes out and just complain about controller players all day. Yeah, I think, like, what I definitely don't like is that it is a little bit tone deaf when people just kind of jump into a game that's been controller dominant for like 20 years and then just expect it to be perfectly balanced to their, you know what I mean, their preferences as MK players. Or expect to have like a certain result when, you know, the franchise has been kind of from foundationally played a certain way for a long time, you know? So I hear you on that. Like, that's a big thing in Call of Duty right now. Like Shroud, you know, obviously he's not pulling any punches. He's like, you can't even play the game. He's saying it's too unbalanced. Like, I get it, and I hope they find a better middle ground for it. But at the same time, COD is designed to be a controller game first, or that's how it's been historically. And, you know, it's been played that way for a long time. There are games that prioritize M&K that, you know, that you can play. You know what I mean? That, like, it's not like your controller players go to CSGO and say, like, oh, this is bullshit. I can't compete on controller in CSGO. You know, nobody would say that. If they did, they'd get laughed off the internet. So I understand the sort of, like, double standard of the situation. I try not to just get... I try not to get too caught up in it, though. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to complain. Just tune it out. It doesn't matter. Focus on your own thing. 20-year-old Halo vet here. Play both M&K controller. I like both for different... So Halo is different, though. For the record, like, I know that there's been complaints about Halo and Infinite, but now that they've made some updates to it, whether it was intentional or not, like, I think they accidentally added a little bit of aim assist. We're seeing this out of Woodham right now. Woodham is just pure skill, though. He's not, I wouldn't say the AA is a fundamental factor behind this guy's ability. But I think M&K is in a better spot once they made that addition to it. And we're seeing pro players in M&K, but it's not so intrusive to gameplay that it, you know, feels completely broken. I'm sure some pros have different perspectives from their own personal experiences, but, like, in my mind, this is the best balance of controller and mouse we've ever had in Halo. And, you know, hopefully this, at the very least, is in the next game or better in the next game. The balance. was like, look at this aim assist IRL right here. Yeah. This is Exhibit A. Woodham. Bending the rules. I mean, Woodham had this crazy stat line yesterday where he went like 25. What did he get? 25 kills and all of his teammates had 8. And obviously, like, he's cleaning up a lot of damage. And that's sort of the convenience of MK. But that looked insane. Like, 25 kills with everybody else having 8 on his team going, like, very negative. And he was like 2.0 or something. Like that. I feel like that's a stat line that almost never, if ever, like happens on controller with pros. Just so awkwardly lopsided. And when you watch Woodham's POV, the stuff that he was doing was so, like, nuts. He was, like, flying everywhere. Immediate 180 strong siding. Immediate, like, sliding out of engagements and stuff. Because he's got all these, like, quick tools that he can use to disengage, you know? Beautiful peaks, though. That's the thing is, like, it's very difficult, though, to be as disciplined as Woodham is on MK. What people underrate or don't realize is, like, the skill component of this peripheral is really the keyboard side of it. Like, I find keyboard kind of clunky to engage with. Moving around, like, precise movements on keyboard. That was a sick headshot I suppressed. Precise movements, peak shots, like, little tiptoe skill jumps on keyboard. Like, all of that just is, like, kind of clunky in my mind. Like, when I play with it, obviously some people who are used to it might not agree. But controller is just a smoother experience. It's just your thumb, little tiptoe movements, backing out of gunfights while shooting without bumping anything in the geometry. Like, stuff like that is underrated and very intuitive on controller. A big part of the skill gap on controller, which on MK is challenging. But I think Woodham navigates that really nicely. Petition sign. Good shit. Yeah, if you guys are just coming in, there's a petition to have Legion participate at Worlds. They are not guaranteed to even compete at World. Or I guess they'll play, but they might be forced to play with their coach, who is not a pro. I would give them no fighting chance whatsoever. I think they deserve a fighting chance. It'd be nice to see one player, like they were trying Looney the other day. Be nice to see somebody sub in for Legion so they have a chance to compete and maybe win a series or two, you know, at least. Obviously, they're going to go to win, but...
10 seconds. We have the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
Thruster feels incredibly weird on MK.
Enemy has the ball.
Final second here. That's game. Bro,
Victory.
this has been definitive for LUMINON. 4 games in a row. I haven't seen the first 2. I'm just kind of guessing, but we saw the tail end of the CTF. The Lattice game was confident. It was a 3-2. That was close. This oddball seemed pretty definitive. Okay, so Nolan just reached out with this. Ooh, do you guys like this? It's kind of nice, right? So I have shout out to Nolan. Captain, thank you for the follow. Who reached out to me with thumbnail ideas and designs. So this is like what they would look like for our scrims. Do we have any feedback on this? I think this like it looks super high quality. I'm wondering, should we make the logos like larger, easier to see? This is if there's like 6 matchups. I love the style of this though. Really, really cool. And then today we have this, of course, right? So looks dope, right?
Slayer.
The petition link is right here. Again in the chat. Now, I have a different thumbnail today for the Women of Halo 5K FFA. So I'm kind of conflicted. I could stick with the thumbnail that we already have. Or move over to this now that this is kind of becoming our focus. I don't know. We'll kind of improvise. Someone should pin it. Do we have any mods in the chat who can do that? I feel like you need your face in the thumbnails. It's my brand. It is, but if you go to... I'm talking about the regular weekday thumbnails. Any of those, right? Like when it's like our typical thumbnails right now are just org logos, right? And that's been enough to kind of get us through the week. Like, it would be replacing this. See this with the SSG Envy? That's what we're replacing. We're replacing all of these with a new style that has the player. I am kind of concerned about it. Like, something about putting... This was one that Prison J made. Something about putting the players on the thumbnail instead of myself or instead of just the logos makes me a little concerned. Like, that people will think it's not my stream. Team name font is not good? Okay. I'll keep that in mind. That's kind of a subtle thing that's hard to see, Tim. But yeah, we can look at that. Play Valorant on controller. They don't allow you to play on PCs, though. Oh, interesting. Sneak this one to the thumbnail. Yeah. I feel like we've had this exact conversation before. You guys wanted shirtless Shyway. Tim was in the chat with like a similar criticism. We had this conversation, didn't we? Or with the other thumbnails last time. Glad my face isn't on the thumbnail is cringe. Wow, thanks, man. I know. You know, I'm not the most attractive specimen at all times of the day. What can I say? No, I know. My face shouldn't be on every single one. But, like, I don't want people to confuse me with, say, LVT or something, or, like, another HCS channel, when they see the pro players' faces instead. Something about the logos became, like, a consistent style. Is LUMINON better than Envy? They beat Envy, but they also lost to Envy yesterday as well. I would say they're pretty closely matched with Envy right now. And it'll make more sense when they spend more time playing against each other, which I'm sure will happen at least once or twice more before Worlds. So Envy 3-1 or 3-0'd them or something in the winter bracket, and then the lower bracket finals, LUMINON beat them in Game 5. Hair plus beard is my trademark. Don't listen to the haters. I'm saying spamming my face on every single thumbnail does get, like, sort of repetitive or like, I don't know. There's a balance. There's a balance we're trying to strike here. I don't need to be on every stream thumbnail. Yeah, I do think the logos kind of do enough. Yeah, that's fair. 3-0? They 3-0'd them? LUMINON, you're saying in the winter bracket, yeah? And then in Game 5, they won to play Optic in Grand Finals. So they're pretty closely matched, is what I would say. Interestingly, depending on the map and game type, we saw, like, pretty dominant swings in both directions. Like, I think Envy had a really confident Lattice game. And then LUMINON, like, clapped back similarly on a different map. Okay, thank you. SSG went 2-15 by Envy and went 0-13 against Cloud9 in scrims before Charlotte. At Charlotte, SSG beat Cloud9. Yeah. Why is this? Yeah, it is scrims. SSG do, like, are kind of notorious at this point for, like, not playing up to their level on LAN in scrims. Whether they're not trying or don't care or just, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is. Whether it's online connection. Like, I know Suppress talks about playing a 90 ping and somehow... it is weird. They are the one team that have drastically different scrim stats from LAN stats. They still put it together on LAN when the pressure's on and, you know, money's on the line. It seems like they can go fall back on their talent and figure it out, even though they're not always the most coordinated. Ziago favorite thumbnails with faces on them. Every channel has thumbnails that look identical. Super boring. Oh, that was insane. Come on. Would have pulling off a beautiful ninja. You're going to see a lot more ninjas on this POV as well. The convenience he has to whip around and make it happen. So he'll go for it more often than not, too. Part of the reason why he's jumping forward over your head is to maybe secure a ninja as well. I don't know what the algo favors. It favors certain styles of thumbnails in different like industries. Right? So, like, depending on whether you're gaming or, you know, what game you're in. I don't know. There's a lot of trends. There are trends on YouTube for sure. Some people have their own styles. I don't know.
Active camo available. Active camo's out. Stay alert.
Like how Snipedown called him out for not practicing right? What did he say? Slayer going down to the wire here, by the way. 40-38. Getting aggressive on a C. I'm assuming all 4 of SSG are in C right now. Surprise, just one. They might have rotated out to B here. Ooh. It's a big team fight win. 44-40 now. And with all of them wiped off the map. Ooh, the awareness. Not sure if they caught him mid-map. You need to check down low. Delete surprise instantly. That trade is fine. Probably no more curb sliding because it's going to be a different engine. Aren't they? It's a hybrid engine. Or that's what's happening with CE. The Havoc physics engine, I've heard, can be ported to Unreal, supposedly. I don't know. But yeah, look, there's just got to be like a movement skill gap of some sort in the next Halo. It would be a big shame if there wasn't something.
Enemy Spartans are closing.
Why is SSG getting worse and worse? Like, people say they're getting worse and worse, but then they still get the same placement in 4th. So, I don't know. Maybe they're not improving at the same rate as some of the other teams, especially the top teams. Their scrim stats are not reflective of their LAN performance. So, I don't really know. See this as an opportunity to appreciate LUMINON's dominance. How about that? 5-0. Yeah, we need some sort of movement skill gap, man. You missed H5, the era? Oh, played it in your off time. See, yeah, Halo 5 had so much more intricacy. Like, if you like this, Halo 5 was sick, man. And G-sliding is in Halo 5. It was just harder to do. You'd be punished. Or, like, people didn't really incorporate it, but, like, you couldn't do it from the same height ledges. It had to be shorter ledges, tighter timing window to hit it. And so many other techniques, like quick ramp slides, drop slide techniques. It was harder to... You couldn't just, like, fall and hold, crouch, and land and slide. You had to do certain techniques to actually make it happen. There's, like, more inputs. Spring jumping, thrusting, stabilizing, crazy shit. It doesn't have to be like Halo 5, even though I'm sure people would love that. But it needs skill gaps. In the movement side, in the gunplay side. Gunplay should be more challenging. Give me, like, projectile bullets, something that, like, you know... Yeah. Yeah, I do like the... Well, Infinite is very... Like, the skill gaps in Infinite are about horizontal movement, predominantly, right? Like, being really quick and tricky moving in the horizontal. For Halo 5, the skill gap wasn't just that, it was vertical, too. There was vertical outplays. So you could spring jump over somebody's head, spring thrust, stabilize to chow over cover. So you could do a jump chow, a peak chow, or a stabilized chow, which is a higher jump. It's higher than a standard jump. And you could jump off the map, stabilize for an angle for a shot, and if you get shot, you could thrust back in to stay up, right? So there's, like, a lot of flexibility there on the vertical side of the game that I'd like to see brought back into Infinite, or brought back into Halo. Obviously, equipment lets you, like, do crazy shit, but not quite the same. Some people in matchmaking that should never kill me. Yeah. I don't know, if you look at a game like Call of Duty, though, well, I guess in COD, if you really understand the game, people will struggle to ever kill you. You know, if somebody just happens to get the right timing, it's very easy, right? So I try not to, like, worry too much about... Yeah, I don't know. Halo 5 was definitely different, though. Halo 5, you had to earn every freaking kill. If you were up against a pro and you got a kill, even a kill on them, like a proper 1v1, that was, like, kind of a big deal. Because there were so many things they could do to outplay you and shift a fight in their favor. Plaza played so much different in H5. Yeah. Instead of the late jumping, we had the Cali clambering, too. That was kind of a big deal. It was, like, more punishable, the Cali clambering. But it was, like, faster than clambering in this game. It was kind of neat. Can't really hang out today. Heading to the Bahamas till the 24th. Just wanted to drop a thumbs up before I head to the airport. Zach, fly safe. That sounds exciting, man. Have an excellent vacation. I assume you're going on vacation. Why else would you be at the Bahamas? Thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate it. H5 movement was a little too on ice for me, but Infinite's movement is definitely... Wait, too snappy? I would like a better balance. You're talking about the strafing. Yeah? So historically, Halo strafing has always been kind of like skatey, for sure. That's kind of like a feature of Halo. You're like almost like a tank, like a fast-moving tank if you play the classic games, right? Infinite's movement is super snappy. They lowered the strafe inertia or whatever, but it didn't change the skatey feel. The movement still is like instant. Yeah. Maybe they can find a middle ground with the next Halo where there's a bit of a skatey feel to it, but I've gotten so used to the snappiness of the strafe in this game that I like it now, you know? I was hesitant to have them nerf it, like back at the beginning of the year or whatever, end of last year. I'm happy with where it's at now, though, because it opened up all these other skill gaps that weren't prioritized before. If it needs inertia. I mean, it does have a little bit of that, right? Or is that what they changed? Maybe they didn't change the inertia. They changed, like, strafe acceleration is what they changed, right? So it doesn't accelerate to full speed quite as fast. Nerf to movement made the sniper too easy. What do you do about the sniper, though? Because the snipe is... They can't really change a lot to it, aim assist-wise. People no-scope effortlessly in this game. You know, that shit's like a cannon now. But it's got 0 aim assist. Maybe if they made it more projectile aim so the bullet didn't hit instantly. But that would change the game in a big way. I don't know. $115.1 hasn't let you down. I am a 0.15.3. That's for moving, though. What do you mean reload after 2 shots? Sniper is still harder than it was in Halo 5? Low-key, it's not, actually. So people love to criticize how easy Halo 5 Sniper is, but the movement in Halo 5 was so complicated that it actually wasn't that easy. Like, I don't know. Like, if you played at a really high level, even though the Sniper's more forgiving, like, it took a lot of skill to hit snipes in the way that, like, Frosty would, for example. It's, like, easier in your average social lobby. Yes. I don't know. The kind of sniping that you'd pull off in Halo 5, or, like, the types of things that you would go for were kind of nuts, too, because of that forgiving nature of it and the movement ability that you had. But movement was less predictable in Halo 5, so people could dodge your snipe. I don't know. But yeah, it was way more forgiving than Infinite Snipe. Like, they definitely dialed that in. I do think that the balance of Infinite Snipe, like, from a magnetism perspective, aim assist perspective, is in a way better spot. But it is still kind of easy in Infinite. The way people snipe in this game, yeah, it's similar. Yeah, it's basically the same. It is now. It is now, because people got so good. I feel like everybody can snipe. Like, do crazy snipes. It's satisfying to watch, but yeah, I don't really know how you change it. I think a big part of it too, though, is because so like with Halo 5, we were locked 60 FPS. We're playing on older Xbox One controllers. Like, we're not playing on these freaking 8K Razer, you know, 400 FPS PCs with like 0 negative latency. Like, shit's like predicting my inputs before I press a button. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was part of the reason why Halo 5 Snipe felt more challenging in some regards, was because of the settings back then. The way the games were made back then. It also was good for competitive integrity, less cheating, and more, like, people played on a more standardized settings across the board for all competitors. Same FOV, same, you know what I mean? Yeah. I wonder if you could nerf other aspects of the snipe, like lowering its rate of fire, or lowering, or like, it has a feature where if you reload it before you shoot all 4 bullets, the reload is slightly faster. So like, not having a feature like that, like maybe the sniper is still relatively easy, but there's other things that punish you for using it more often. Something they did was they actually increased the speed to shoot the snipe after a pickup. They did that like within the last 2 years. I'm not sure what the incentive was for that, but like, when you pick up snipe to shoot now, it's faster than it was on launch. On launch, you had to like pick up snipe and YY it to get that speed normally. But now you almost like don't even really need to YY, because the shoot speed off a pickup is like basically the same. It's kind of not worth it. If you slightly mess up your YY when you pick it up, I think you take longer to shoot as well. So I don't know about that change. Like, maybe the aspects around the gun should be easier to punish, maybe. I don't know. Kind of go back to console. If not, it's not gonna happen, Uzi. We gotta, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see us going back to, like, there's a lot of conveniences that come with being on PC, and it also opens us up to a wider population of people. M&K on Xbox, oof. Unless the next Xbox is, I don't know, like a PC, I guess. That's what it'll probably be. It's just hard to imagine us going back. Like, well, I'm not happy with the way that some things have, or the direction some things have gone in competitive integrity. I understand why we're going this direction, and it's, yeah, probably for the best, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, more cheaters, less standardization in settings across the board. People are running wildly different setup rigs, you know, controllers, FPSs, whatever. It's just kind of crazy nowadays. FOVs, you know, everybody's got... You're seeing Woodham on 120 right now. How many players play on 120? What was that? That was... Is that magnetism? Right? He almost looked away, but still hit the shot and did a double take. Even Woodham wasn't sure. Nice live. Nice attempt, at least. Solid slide timing, right? He's trying to avoid the pre-nade. Cheaters alone make me want to be back on console. Everyone's at 120. Yeah. Check him PC. This guy's, they're in LA right now on souped up 400 hertz capable PCs with excellent monitors. He's playing on like a Lock 240 though, which I assume is like the LAN settings. I think Woodham's playing on what I imagine the settings he'd have for main stage, right?
Shooting spot.
But yeah, LUMINON in a boot camp environment, which is really ideal for their practice, gives them an edge over SSG. We're seeing the result of that here.
They'll think twice next time. They have our flag. Take it back.
Wasn't it rumored that Xbox is working it into Samsung TV? So TV... Wait, what? So it's a TV and just... So you're saying the console is built into the television? I don't know. Gaming on... No, people don't game on TVs. They game on monitors. I don't know. That seems like not the way. An Xbox PC. Sorry, I'm saying like the future Xbox console, I assume would basically just be a PC, but simplified, which is kind of what Series X is. Like Series X has like more and more components that you would see in a typical PC, and maybe operate similar to one while having the convenience of a console. I assume we're just going to go farther that direction. So the next Xbox is basically just a pre-built like PC, kind of dialed in to certain specifications. Yeah, it's basically a PC, right? So the whole thing of the selling point of a console is affordability and the no need for updates. You buy something where like games can be kind of better optimized for the one unit. Something that's going to last you for, I guess, a good chunk of time, and then fit in your TV box or whatever, your TV stand, so you can sit down on the couch and lounge and conveniently play video games without any steps in the process. Got a new monitor today. It's an LG OLED C5. Immediate response, 144 hertz. Speakers are absolute shit, though. I sound weird. That's okay. It's not about how I sound, but about the quality of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? No, okay, I'm not. Is it a TV or is it a monitor? You said it's a monitor? 42-inch screen size is about as big as I go. If you're trying to game competitively, you'd want to be on 24 to 27 inches. Like if you're actually legitimately trying to play, like you want to go to tournaments and stuff, I would recommend 24 to 27 inches. You know, don't get too fancy. Maximum 32. If you don't care about that and you have other goals, go ahead. But if you're looking for the most optimal settings, I would say 24 to 27. And I do not recommend those ultra-wide monitors. I feel like there are people... What the hell? Halle Berry? There's people that I'll coach sometimes they'll be on an ultra-wide monitor. The issue with those monitors is a lot of the vital information on screen, like the little icons that tell me where my teammates are behind me and shit, like that stuff's far away from your eyes. Right? Like the flag indicators, all that. Like that info is important. You don't want to miss kill feed. You don't want to miss valuable info on the outside of your screen. Your eyes shouldn't have to do a lot of work to see it all. So I think some people are on those ultra wides for like immersion, but then they're missing important awareness cues. Very nicely done from Woodham right now. He's kind of shredding. Love that drop down. Clean up on eco. Spree secured. Flag through. Finesse in the 1v1. Fair enough. Forcing a trade is fine by me, right? They'll keep their advantage on their side of the map here. SLG falling out the window, though. No opportunity for an easy pull. Technically a TV. Had the Asus before, but I just liked it. An old man. You're 37. Do not call yourself an old man. I am 33. I'm not far behind you. I don't want to hear that. Okay? You're a young spring chicken. All right, stop it. I don't know. Not old man. Yeah, the prime. Okay, the prime for a man, in my mind, 38 years old. You're not even at your peak. Not even at your prime, brother. Yeah, but I hear you. You obviously have different goals, Captain, so do what you want. Your goals, though, tell me that you can just be one on whatever you want. About to be fried chicken. And I don't want to hear it either, yeah. There's no reason why you can't be jacked in your 40s, 50s. Look at freaking, I mean, I was going to say look at Jackie Chan because I just saw him on my timeline. But that man is in his 70s. All right, he's not exactly moving like he was before. He's on the retirement mode. Once you hit 70, you can complain to me, okay? I'll give you a pass. Until then, I don't want to hear it. $37 still slapping ranked. Yeah, I mean, you should be able to still slap in ranked. Now, 37 in pro level, that's a different story. And also, our priorities change at some point, you know? At 37, you're probably not still contemplating whether or not you want to be the Halo champion. You're probably thinking, you know, what am I going to do with my future, my family, and my career, I hope. What does it take to go pro in Halo? The equipment? Nah, the equipment is secondary. I mean, there's a baseline level of equipment that you would want to have to be in a competitive environment. Like, the baseline, in my mind, would be a monitor, like that, an Xbox Series X, wired controller, Ethernet connection, and a gaming monitor. With a chair that doesn't have you lounging so you can focus. That would be it. Just do that. And that's your starting point. The rest is you're putting the work in, building the skill, and some justification that you can continue to upgrade the setup. You know, ideally you're on a PC, but I wouldn't say it's necessary to be on a PC to be good at the game and to have an understanding of what you're capable of. Good Dr. Sean Baker. Need equipment? You do not need equipment to hit Onyx. If I put Lucid, or Uzi's was in the chat, if I put him on an Xbox One, I'm confident he'll get to Onyx, just off of game sense alone. Even on 30 FPS. I'm confident that you put Lucid on 30 FPS on Xbox, he'll get to Onyx, no problem. The skill will translate. They'll immediately recognize, okay, what can I do? What can I do in my playstyle? And then just simple game sense, spawn knowledge, and positioning will get him. We'll carry him there, no problem. Maybe he's not G-sliding as fast as normal, but... yeah. Won't be another Xbox console, also Shyway said. Console will probably just be built up. Yeah, some sort of like a PC. But it has to be designed in a way that makes it easy to work with like a console, basically. Are they going to make consoles smaller, though? Consoles are getting freaking bigger, bro. Like, I was thinking of buying a PS5. I don't need it at all. Ooh. Very slick. I don't need a PS5. The thing is massive, though. But I just like having new, shiny video games, you know? And yeah, it'd be nice if it wasn't like a freaking monster. 30 FPS is bad. Yeah, it's not just the 30 FPS on the original Xbox One that makes it terrible. And not just like input latency as well. It's your draw distances. Like the graphics are just not good. And targets and environment, like objects in the environment at a long range, I think don't even pop into the environment until they get within a certain range. Maybe not opponents, I don't know. But like certain artifacts will pop into your environment as you get closer to them on Xbox. It's kind of crazy. Like you'll look at an area of the map on Xbox One and it looks fundamentally different. There's like less things that you can see until you walk far forward enough. So that definitely hurts, but still. Yeah, I mean, this guy's POV is clean. The way he lined that up, right? He jumps off a fridge, lines up like a edge. Like he clipped his heels and hit a G-slide into center map. That was a cool little lineup that he did. But like that 1v1 that he just had wasn't insane. You can see the weakness. The only real weakness I see at MNK is straight up 1v1, like close to mid range, in optimal bandit range for a controller. Where pros will, I feel like, more often just 5-shot. For like where he can be outplayed, you know? Every other area of the game, and long range as well, he's scary. feels like he has an edge. I mean, that's a technique. Landing and clipping edges into G-slide is the best way to get the best G-slide. Not only in speed, but at the highest heights, too. If you, like, edge... It's like, I don't know, it doesn't have a name. If you, like, edge clip, I don't fucking know. If you clip the edge as you fall and convert that into a G-slide, you can G-slide off, like, insane heights. Like, shit that's not possible normally. Like when G-slides are harder? Yeah, I like the G-slide on the launch of the game for sure. I like the flexibility of what we have now. And the amount of things you can slide off of. That's fun. But it's easier to slide, yeah. In the process of adding that layer, they made the error window like invisible. Like back in the day when you missed the timing, you would trip, right? Like, you would get this... It still happens. You would get, like, a dead slide, but it doesn't happen very often. Like, you almost have to... It's hard to even recreate a dead slide when you G-slide. But there was a timing window when the game came out where that dead slide window was, like... It was larger, and you would go nowhere. You would just, like, bop.
We have eyes on the enemy
And, like, kind of trip. In Season 4, beginning of Season 4, they accidentally nerfed the G-slide, and they made the window to hit one harder. Finally, SSG get a win. But it also made it feel a little bit clunkier. But that was the most skilled version of the G-slide, was the beginning of Season 4. There was less stuff that you could slide off of, though, because of it. It was like, you really had to be strict with your timing and your lineups and whatnot to make it work. But I think a lot of people didn't like it, so they tried to bring it back to the Season 3 slide, and then now we have this. They accidentally sent it too far. Which tells me a lot about the process behind this stuff, right? Like, the devs they're trying to listen to the competitive community, so they tried to buff the slide back to Season 3, but they can't just, like, copy-paste the old slide. Like, it's not I don't know, it's not like a one-to-one convenient process. There's, like, some sort of a weird butterfly effect or something. Like, basically, if anything else in this game has issues and they try to fix it, they might move and shift other aspects of the game. I don't know. It just tells me, like, how limited the actual control is that they have over... like, mechanic updates. I don't know. Wooden puts hella damage. Yeah, he's one of the top damage dealers in the league. Though, I think... Was it Zuzi who posted a tweet? Hold on. Woodham is the top damage dealer on his team, hands down. However, yeah, Zuzi posted this. He got the, or not power weapon. Team damage dealt, percent of team damage dealt. So you got lethal, Zuzi, lethal, and Woodham. 1, 2, and 3 for percent of team damage dealt. I don't know how that, does that mean he would have the most in, like, damage dealt per life or something? There's a lot of different weird statistics, but that was kind of cool to notice. Generally speaking, anything damage dependent, Woodham is winning on his team for sure. Good to see Lethal in there as well. Lethal was looking good on Omid, but Omid, obviously, they got scrapped up. Yeah, that was his tweet, yeah. See, I see everything, okay? Nothing gets by me. No, okay, I don't know. I want to see a team of Woodham, Renegade, Last Shot, and Legend. That would be nice, but I hate to say it'll never happen. I'm not sure what's going on with Omid either. They have the talent to be good. I can't help but feel like it's a mental thing. Like, either they're not friends at the... They're not close like they need to be to win. Or the drive isn't there. The drive is misplaced or something. Or, I don't know. I don't know. I get a sad vibe. I don't want to point out specific players, but I get a bit of a, like... I don't know. I want to see... I don't know. I want to see Sparty get some energy. Some good, positive... Sparty energy back. I feel like I haven't seen that in a while. They have Huss. Huss has been playing solid, though. Yeah, they don't look like they're... I don't know if they're best buddies. I don't know anything about them personally, but there's like a lack of just like a passion and energy that I feel like is necessary to beat some of the people who really want it. Or it's not coming from the right place. something mentally, something vibes-wise feels chopped. I don't know. That's the vibe that I get. Yes, a lot of people are posting it. The link is in the chat. Oh, I got another one. You're about to sign it? Yeah, sign it. Here. I've been posting it. I haven't tweeted or even signed it myself, but I'll have to do that. Ability-wise, Huss seems like their most flexible player. Lethal seems like like he's having the most impact in the game right now. Seems like it. From damage dealt to, you know, just overall KD. Lethal's a good flex player, but I feel like Huss and his speed and playstyle, you know, is valuable on the team. He's kind of like the bound role. I don't know. They're not a bad team on paper. They're not a bad team. Skeptify is good too. I have the same problem with WCC. Every update breaks. I'm trying to be mean, but something is bad. Yeah, so I like, it shouldn't be that way. I think it has something to do with just the way the engine was put together, the game was put together on the engine, right? There's some sort of the whole spaghetti code argument, whatever. It's like, it seems like it's a very arduous process to make a change to the game, and then in doing so, they make one small adjustment, and it messes up a whole variety of other things. Like, when they tried to remove drop sliding, they added snap sliding. You know, like, new things happen with the movement when you make one small change. They try to revert back the curb slide to Season 3. Oh, it's not easy. You gotta, I don't know, it's like they gotta rework from the ground up to bring it back to something that resembles Season 3, and then in the end, it's a different curb slide. And by doing that, by making the G slide more powerful, what they did was add late jumping. Late jumping is a skill gap now because they made the G slide more powerful. Which I actually don't mind that. But yeah, like that see what he just did on the box right there, that was not possible at the level that we do it now, until they buffed the G slide in Season 4. Is it over? It might not be over. My bad. There's just a lot of breaks every time I go check it. Smiles is off. Ultras is off. Command Station is in what looks like a lobby, so she's getting ready to play. Maybe we got the finals we can watch. Snap slide was sick. I liked it a lot. I think the issue with snap sliding was it was too powerful. Like there was too much you could do with it. If it was just the subtle aspect of snap sliding made it so, you know, awesome without being overpowered. Like chaining G slide into snap slide to like cut corners and stuff and get places a little faster, that was really nice. But the whip ones, the shit that Milkway was doing, where if you hit a ramp and you're touching a wall and you snap slide, there's these weird wall connected ones that would send you like 3 times the distance. That shit was weird and broken. And if they were able to just take that out, then maybe, but if they tried to remove that, then I'm sure they would affect everything once again. So, but yeah, Milkway had these like wall lined up ones that he was doing before it got patched that would jet you across the entire map.
Active camo available.
Easiest commentator to watch repeatedly. Much love, Brian. Hopefully we got a different, engaging conversation every day, even if we're just chilling today. Happy Saturday, Guax. Yeah, it was ridiculous. Yeah. And it was also like, it's cool that he's showing it off, but Milkway is like not human, bro. Milkway plays on that, what's that thing called with the, he isn't even playing a controller. He plays on that freaking thing that you put your hand inside and has like 40 buttons. I don't know. You guys seen that? It's like a controller on the left hand and with him, I don't know. And his tech skill, he was hitting so perfectly. Like, he must have put good time into it. But the issue with it is it's clickbait content that sparks controversy on the internet and sort of gives like a false representation of the average player. So, while it's cool to see that stuff pulled off, I also didn't really appreciate all the interaction that it would generate and all of the like people would be like, oh, this is why Halo sucks, this is, you know, without understanding just how nuanced and like niche that shit was. Scrims looking limited today? Yeah. I wasn't even expecting to watch Scrims, best man. Hope you're doing well, man. I was going live for the Ladies FFA, which we didn't end up watching any of it yet. And then miraculously, before I jumped on, we had LUMINON SSG. LUMINON looking like the most dedicated. Mind Freak and LUMINON with the back-to-back. They do double scrims on like a daily basis. Double scrimming. Yeah, complexity after, I think, right? Kind of nuts, man. I respect it, though. They want this. And they don't get opportunities like this very often. Luke looking cracked as hell, too. No SR scrim? Do you know if SR are scrimming tomorrow or Monday? Are you able to, you know, leak some details? MM today? I don't know about MM. I was thinking maybe we play FFA with viewers, but now there's a scrim. Monday. Okay. Okay. Who is it? So there's Thanksgiving, so I might not be doing anything, or I might not be able to stream Monday. I just hope it's not like a big ticket. It's just gonna be SR Optic. I'm gonna have to cancel all my plans. Did Optic win the tournament? They did, yeah. They didn't drop a map yesterday. You know, obviously, they didn't have to play FaZe or Shopify, but still. Can't even find one.
Enemy team scoring.
Quantum translocator inbound. It's yours.
Yeah, it's this weekend. Right. Yeah, right, exactly. Which, yeah, I respect it. Do these guys, like, burn out, though? There's no way they don't burn out a little bit, right? Like, do you think after, like, 2 weeks of this, when Worlds comes around, they're going to be... I mean, they'll be fine. They're gamers. Who knows? They're fine. But they're putting, like, 12-hour plus days in, is what it seems like. The LCQ happened during the Charlotte Major on Sunday, I believe. They didn't... Oh, shit, so they're getting all their scrimming in now, right. How did they not scrim before Charlotte, though? That just... People didn't want to scrim, or just something to do with their... Because I know Nemesis dropped out, and that sucked. They lost their coach. They are looking good. They're up 5-1 right now. Closing gaps. We'll see. This is still scrims, and they have a more ideal environment than their opponents, right? Like, they are playing in a boot camp setup, side by side. SSG are known to be, I don't know, they're just questionable these days when it comes to scrims. SSG, right? I should be game for the trip cap in less than 10 seconds to close it out. They don't even have coverage of anything.
Victory.
San Jose server. He's on 14 ping. He's also got a ping. His ping looking excellent. Yeah. 4 of them in one location could pull server closer, right? You would think. So, a lot of little things I think in their favor right now, but it doesn't mean it's not good practice or a solid indication of like where they stand. Because they're pretty confidently winning. Oh, this is actually happening. Hold on.
Have a really outstanding.
Okay, Ladies FFA.
But
Command Station, Cranberry, Divine Dancel, Queen. Oh, this is a late lobby. Is this the finals? Rogue, Blood Reina, Minx, and Fortune Cookie. Everybody in this lobby is good at the game. This is either the finals or like semifinals.
Having a really steady start.
I think it's semifinals.
There was a couple of engagements towards P1 where it looked like a player or two was going to kind of get overzealous, miss a couple of shots, go on the hunt. Cranberry was sitting back off blue spawn in refresh, was able to...
Hard to imagine Command Station not just winning this with the experience that she has in FFA. She's won an FFA, like a major FFA before.
Though our first real-time
Divine Damsel 2, 9, and 13 makes no sense to me. What the hell is going on with Didi?
Awkward gunfights with third-partying some of these engagements really effectively, and that could be the difference.
Yeah, exactly, best friend.
Players who, I mean, if you get camo,
well, we don't talk about that, all right?
If you get a better spawn, you have to make a move. There is no time to slow down. It just comes to how can you slow the game down in the engagement. Cranberry's doing a phenomenal job so far.
That Command Station maintaining.
Cranberry's had a lot of excellent practice playing with and against Renegade.
20 kills. She's
no slouch. Blood Reina looking real good in this FFA.
It would be
Where is
it
Pink
would be a
Soccer?
shock not to see her competing for first all the way through until our final round. In fact, if you think about it,
There might be a whole other lobby with Pink Soccer
a
because I feel like she's got to be one of the top players in this.
She's always going to be the one dictating pace, it feels like. However fast Command Station plays, everyone else that's behind
Are
is
women
going-
allowed?
is
Yes,
gonna be
anyone's
forced to
allowed
kinda
to sign up and
keep
compete
at
in
that
a Halo
similar
tournament.
pace,
It's not restricted
throughout
to
this game.
like any gender.
So, such a
This is
good
top
point.
16,
And when
okay,
you
okay.
play at such a fast pace like that too,
I feel like Queen has to have some of the most reps in this lobby if you just go off of like veterans, right?
Doing even spawns, right?
Queen's been around for a
As,
long time,
you'll see
competing
players try to quickly
far
find,
back in Halo.
somebody maybe getting caught off guard, or maybe even working an off angle. As Command Station has been doing such a beautiful job of that all day. But right behind
There was an
her in
all-ladies
second
team at the
place,
last
it
event.
is
Matriarch
Blood
was
Reina,
Command Station,
who
Miss
has
Lacar,
evened up the scoreline now, and it's
Rogue,
currently tied.
and it was an all-ladies team. I don't know how they did. I never actually figured out how they did.
Tied for fourth. Now it's 16.
We're rooting for
Lead
Ali.
by
I think she's
one.
got this.
Does get
Command
caught.
Station.
Fortune Cookie trying to work from the back end. And I do see Pink Sakura in chat. So again, there are going to be players from this Pool A side. We'll be watching the Pool B matchup. And look, take notes. This is your free VOD review. This is your opportunity
Free
to see
VOD
the play
review.
styles of players you're either worried about
Nice
or
five.
who you know you're going to run into.
Camo's got to be
And
so
every time
important in
we've
this.
seen
Just
Camo
getting away with
with
the
Vulture in
camo.
this game,
Unfortunately,
it has
she's
been
last in the
immediate
lobby,
aggression.
picking it
Really
up
isn't really
slowly,
another
though.
way to play it, just how this game
Think about
has been.
FFA is
So
when you start
the
poorly
fact
and you
that
see how far
Shyway
ahead people are,
is
shit gets
pretty
disheartening.
keen on
You're
staying on
playing
high
catch
ground
up
and maintaining mid-map
the whole
control
game.
has been a difference between
It's a mental
rushing down
battle
bottom
with
and
it
taking
too.
control of the floor
Being in
so
first
far,
place is kind of
taking it
scary
a couple
too, right? Because
times.
they're just like nipping at you the whole game,
Again,
trying to keep an advantage. Unless you're heavy in the favor.
ways to kind of get mixed.
Let's go, Red Armada. Thank you for the
Is a player
5.
that I've
Keeping you
really
company while you
seen,
deliver pizzas all night.
have their
Hopefully you get a
stock
pizza
grow
yourself, brother.
immensely in the past
Thank you for the
year
5,
or
man.
so.
Good luck with that.
She started making her appearance in the LATAM Pro Series. She started
I see
finishing
Fortune
higher
Cookie
and
in
higher.
Onyx
It's not
lobbies, I think,
unusual to
like
see her
15,
compete
1600.
those top 3 finishes, and her team, like they
She won the
find
FFA at
upsets
DreamHack.
at these
Yeah.
LAN tournaments. I remember while I was sitting behind.
The reason why
watching,
Aquarius is the
her
only map
team
they play,
compete at
just
HCS
balance, I think.
Arlington, I believe.
Honestly,
earlier
like
this
Live
year,
Fire
and
more.
they-
I like Live Fire more.
Let me tell you what, they were going to war, and Blood Reina was right there leading the charge. I've been a big
Pink
fan
Sakura gonna
since,
take it.
and,
It'll
I
be
had a chance to
between
talk to her
Command
at some of these
Station and Pink
events.
Sakura in my
She
mind.
has a really
They played as
positive
duos
mindset on what
in
it
2v2
means to play
tournaments plenty of
Halo,
times.
how to improve. It's very healthy.
They got experience
and,
playing with and against
to
each
me,
other.
It means that we're going to be seeing her around for
What's
a
this
long
all about?
time
This is a
because, she's
$5,000
just gonna get
complexity
better and better
X
as time
Women of
goes on.
Halo, ladies only FFA. Basically, really
She's
good
getting
money,
really
honestly, for a
loud
one-day
there,
FFA.
too.
Really good
She's
money.
yelling.
No. Let me tell you what.
Aqua's a cool map, but it is super
That's-
repetitive to play the same freaking map.
No, she was
FFA
not-
all
she
the
was not,
time.
getting up and yelling at the other side.
I also don't
From
like
what I
how
understand, it's quite
like there's a
opposite,
skill
right? But,
associated with
Cranberry,
fighting
Cranberry
fights,
Camo
like
here. I think
choosing
he
your
saw
fights
crazy
carefully,
last time
right?
with
Like see how this
Camo,
person's
the
waiting?
team that was able to take
You're gonna
the
wait
fight
until he's got an
away.
easy, free opportunity. You do not want to get
Cranberry
beaten down there. That was a little scary.
Does get a nice smack onto Miss Rogue.
And trying to cherry pick and like steal kills before the interaction ends, right? But if you get too caught up in fights that like aren't good priority, like across the map, you're trying to cross map Queen, let's say from distance, then you might miss an opportunity near you, or that player might get cleaned up. You might get cleaned up. So like, it's easy to get in the trap of just like shooting everything and doing a lot of damage, getting a lot of assists and no kills, you know? So there's a skill associated with being in the right place at the right time, choosing the right target, being the disruptor, you know? Oh, you're right. They were playing a few maps. Yeah, they were playing that Warlock remake. And something else
30, 35 kills
as
and
well.
this
They were
is
playing
where
like
players
a
start to pull away. So if you do grab camo, if you're
I think it
Cranberry
was
or
like a
anybody
Forge
else,
Pit
you
looking
kinda have
map
to do
or
the
Bizarre looking map.
antithetical thing with camo and get aggressive. You have to just start making plays with it.
Blood
Otherwise,
Reina
you're wasting
from
time.
the
You're gonna
LATAM
waste an
Halo
opportunity to
community.
get kills and end up losing in this
I
group.
believe
As
Blood
we'll get
Reina.
later into this series, the
She's good.
players you should be looking out
I
for
think
at
she's like
home.
16 to 1700
It's
level
just the top
Onyx.
four that go on
I
right
played
now.
against her a lot in
Probably like
matchmaking.
Queen, Fortune Cookie, and Miss Rogue. It
What's
seems
the
like
average rank?
that's where our
The lowest
bubble
rank in this
match
lobby is
going
probably
to
like
be.
Onyx 15 to
We
1600.
could see
They're all Onyx plus.
Cranberry come back. She is
Ali, I would say, is like pretty close to pro
incredible
level.
talent, but she needs
Player
to
in a
find
1v1,
speed.
it's like playing a
There
pro.
is about,
Command Station.
5
Command
minutes
Station is
and
like
30
a
seconds to do so, so
basically
there's
like pro
plenty of
level
time
skill.
for a player to go and find that killing spree, but right now that's
without the
mission
accolades. So she
critical
did
for
win
Cranberry
an
to
FFA, which is
try
a big
to
deal.
String together a couple double kills and get herself back into this fighting position because right
Playing
now
a remake
she's
of
down
Fathom.
5 from
Ooh,
the
that's
bubble.
sick.
Picking up the pace is something that she definitely needs to do. And Spaceman, I like that you pointed that out with the camo play. Maybe she was
Teaming with
trying to
Command
find that
Station, I believe,
opportunity, maybe like line
in the
up
opens,
three, essentially,
with
instead of just going
Matriarch,
for
maybe.
one, you know, and
I
making
forgot.
yourself so exposed,
I just
but
know Command
the
Station and
pace
Lakar were on the
definitely
team.
needs to be picked up
Forgot
here.
the
She's
other
at
two.
24. Command Station still holding that lead at 37, but Blood Reyna had a little bit of a fall off as the last time.
Midship is a good FFA map. The issue is performance. I would love to play midship.
Of course, keeping that
even the one that they added, Unique made a midship.
Grabbing the camo yet
And it actually is a good time for FFA. I haven't played it in a while.
Yeah, and I do like your absolute great point. And I do want to clarify.
I think it might have been the option if it wasn't for the Xbox frame issues.
You have those moments as a competitor where you turn the wrong way.
Ashlyn Bot, that's who it is. Thank you, Pretty
You're
Pig.
like, man, I've just wasted 5 or 6 seconds.
Is she a new
trying to
player?
hunt a kill,
Ashlyn
and
Bot?
everybody's
I've never
on the other
heard
side
that
of the map.
tag
Now I
before.
gotta spend time to rotate, find those kills. I'm late to the third party. It's just
No
that
way she
kind of
finesses
stuff
that,
can
yeah.
snowball when you need it to.
Didi making a comeback? Sort of.
Opportune.
Had like 8 kills last we checked in. 24 now, still playing comeback. Like, keep up. Command Station with 38. That's a good, comfy advantage right now. Up by 5 over second place. If you can secure one trade before you die, at the very least, right? You don't want to just spawn and die without something, right? Forcing beatdown trades like that, that's fine. You know, if you know you're going to die anyway, get the beatdown out, force the trade, at least come out with something to keep your score moving up.
And I expect it to come down to the wire again.
And so what we're seeing, right, as this lobby goes on, is that every player here knows
You'd want to study like
exactly what
how
condition
Command
is
Station rotates
for
through the map,
FFA.
the types of
It
interactions that
largely
she
isn't about
chooses. She
winning
plays through
one-on-one
perimeter
fights, but
predominantly.
rather
She's not
about being
gonna
smart
make
and
like
mindful
large
about
extended
where
rotations through mid map
how
without a good
you engage in
opportunity
battles.
to do so.
Third party is the name of the game, and when you look at the stat sheet,
In
what
FFA's
we
a ton, she's
see
super
is
good.
Everyone having so many
Yeah, that's right,
assists to
Suetonian.
their names. That means the third parties are out in full force. They are listening.
FFA's kind of
They are
pissed me off a little
playing
bit,
the game
just because you
correctly.
can get caught in
And
that
when
blender where like
lobbies end up
nothing's
like this,
going
it
your way.
becomes much harder to find multi-kills and to stay alive and to chain that into the next.
Nice try.
And that's where it becomes a little bit harder for players like Cranberry that are on the
Oh, she's-
outside. That
Command Station is shitting right now.
Different.
Double kill, 45, 5's Blood Reyna, not quite. Can she win the fight? Off the jump chow. Good use of the pipe on the right side, right? Got an off-angle position for the reach-out. And I think Blood Reyna was not ready to react to it. Should have saved that nade. If she saved that nade.
It's the teams it's the players that need to.
It's an endurance test for sure. Once you get a comfortable enough lead, like of a lead that Command Station has, I think it alleviates some pressure, and she can just continue to play her game and do well. But like, if it's super close, it can be stressful. I think Command Station's in a position where she can just kind of run away with it a little bit because she knows she's far ahead. She doesn't have to worry about the stats. Just kind of keep playing her game. It's going well.
Inching,
Yeah.
you know, encroaching in that space. It's just crazy that bubble, how close it is. Command Station, I mean, to your point, Tools, maybe, but that would be really, really risky because these girls, like, they have to pick up the pace.
I've not played CS,
especially
but
if
my
they wanna catch
teammate
up
Precise
and
has
see
played
all
her.
of them firing on all
Oh, Command
cylinders.
Station?
I do wanna
Yeah, I
make
don't
a
know. She's
point
really good at
about
1v1s.
finding
She'd kick my
doubles
ass
and it
many
being harder
times.
At this level to kind of chain
Beat her
together.
sometimes.
It's absolutely
She also
true.
will talk shit
When we
and
look
teabag
at
you. She's not
earlier
nice.
games,
Well, she is,
just
but she's
in general, in
anyway.
standard general competitive Halo, we talk about at times that not
But she's
all
very
rockets
good,
and
yeah.
snipes are weighted the
Back
same.
in Halo 5,
Some
she used to
of the
1v1 like
rest
Bound
are
and
weighted the
Renegade
same. It's a lot
and
about
whatnot.
timing
She'd
and
play
when you
twos
use
with them and
those.
stuff too.
And
There
double
was
kills in this mode in FFA at this
some pretty
level,
high quality
it is
2v2s
as
that she, I don't know if she
detrimental
won,
for
but
it is as important
she'd
to
play
pick up
with and against
as
Bound and
a-
Renegade
like a
towards
spawn
the end of
point.
Halo
It's
5.
the doubles that the multis you can put together, even if it's
She
just
beat her
2
by
or
4
3 kills
kills?
at a time.
Ooh, okay,
That
good
is
looks.
such a momentum swing for both the player and the stat card. That those double kills do matter so much more than they did in the first round. The first
No, I still believe in her 1v1 ability. If you're just straight up 1v1 live fire,
the fact that you're crossing into 50, but it's also
unless
the
your
fact
friend
that
is
you're
like
just-
also
you're
really
keeping
good.
That cushion available to you at all times to play different, to get a little bit mixy if you
I don't
have
know the
to.
circumstances,
It's,
but she's nasty.
It is a completely different game at this level playing through double kills than it is playing in stage 1.
Why do I think Lucid and Snakebite didn't click with Stellar and Eco? I think they just have completely different like methodologies behind how to play good Halo. Like I think Stellar and Eco play off of intuition and tempo and momentum in certain things, and I think Lucid and Snakebite might be a little bit more structured, a little bit more focused on communication and the right set of circumstances, aligning the right set of circumstances before they make a play. Like they want to maintain advantage throughout the game, whereas Eco and Stellar might be a little bit more intuitive, might take more risks. I think what would happen is like they would play scenarios. Like Snakebite brought up an example
Cranberry
of
Dog
like King of
taking
the Hill,
that second place spot,
live fire.
just
You've got
slowly making her
C
way
control,
to,
you know, 2 cap, or
secure
like you
her
got
spot.
control to capture.
Remember,
How are we
chat,
playing this? Are we
top
setting up?
4
Are we
move
collapsing
to
on
the match
spawns,
point
right? I think they were on
finals
different
here in
pages
this Pool
oftentimes.
B. And
So,
what a great
Eco would
job
make a
Team
play
Rogue has been
forward
doing
to
hold
collapse on a
that
spawn, and somebody
as
wouldn't follow
it's
him up in the way that he
tied.
expected to that player to naturally, let's say. And it would just lead to like awkward engagements.
Oh my god.
Wait, where's
I don't know. They couldn't get on the same page. And then what ended up happening when the performance didn't work out,
She was in a race between
I think they
her
started
and
overthinking.
Miss Rogue, I think, just came off spawn.
They started
Cranberry
VOD reviewing a lot
race between
and trying to figure out what was going wrong,
Oh my God, Divine
she
Damsel.
died.
and it created
Divine
speculation.
Damsel, but look at that. Oh,
That was very
I gonna
confident
say,
win from Command Station.
potentially
Second
could
place, Miss Rogue.
Maybe get close there to blood.
Tied
Arena,
with
but that
Fortune
was,
Cookie. Wow.
At least a 2.
1800-ish, your friend? Okay.
Yeah, I think the top 4 is solidified there. I think the
Who would win,
fifth
CS or
was
Lakar?
just one
Uh,
kill away, and just didn't have.
I think
enough
I don't know.
time to find it. It was actually.
I don't
2
know,
kills
actually.
as Blood Reina was able.
Lakar is
to
really
find,
good, man.
a
I
last-second
I would
kill
give
as
Lakar
well,
the
but
advantage in just aim skill.
I think Queen
Lakar's
has
aim
now
skill is
a
really,
good
really good,
chance
man.
of making up that
She's also
difference
like got a
in
really
the last,
good
45 seconds. She had a
she's
fight
very
where,
smart.
she
She's got
backed out of the P
good
lane
in-game
and
intelligence.
moved over
She's kind of like
towards the
a
base, and she
lucid
threw
in
2
a
case
sense
nades.
of like how she approaches the game.
That's
And
it.
the Command
That's the
Station's a
calculus
little
she's
bit more
doing,
like an
right?
intuitive
they're
player.
gonna
Does
push
that make
back, be
sense?
aggressive for this kill,
She'd be
I'm
more
gonna
like
get it.
a bound or
The
something,
risk
or
to that
like
is now you
in
can't
in
get
her approach.
re-engaged into the fight. So
is
what
my
happened
mentality on
is
it. I don't
when
know.
She disengaged. Another
They're both
player
good.
Came into third party. And
Anyway,
that
they
third
couldn't-
party
they couldn't-
turned into a one-on-one that she couldn't re-engage into because of her own nades.
They just didn't mesh, I
There's
think,
2
good people.
one-shot
I think
players that
when
would've
it
been
didn't work
both
and the
easy
community
kills.
started
That
speculating
would've
and
been a
Stellar
2-kill
started
swing
like
that- and then would've
giving his
also allowed
thoughts
Queen to get back up to the
on
P tower
on what the
and
problem
stay
would be
alive.
or could be, then it became evident that there was a problem to the public, and I think there's just, you know, people were so concerned that they wouldn't improve. The compiling aspect of all of it just made it kind of force them to change, you know? Things aren't working out. The community's wondering what the heck is going on. Everybody's tuning in. Everybody's overthinking now, you know? I think just there's a lot of pressure in esports, especially to play well early on, or the team will disband. Their personalities didn't jive. Yeah, maybe not as much as people expected them to. I think. The girl in the middle. This is Command Station. This is Pink Sakura. I don't know who T Slays is. I can't even play it. I think that person might be done. Here. Command Station has an actual POV. That would be worth watching, considering how well she was playing in that last FFA. Instead of sitting with the main broadcast, it might be a good idea for us to just watch her POV for a game. SSG getting wrecked in this scrim? A little bit. On paper, it does sound like a really good roster, yeah. It kind of, but in my mind though, like, while I knew they were good on paper, the moment I saw that roster, it was weird. Like, something about it was just, you've got like a lot of IGL type personalities that kind of see the game in different way. It just, something about it looked like an odd mismatch of players. I'm not surprised that they didn't have the chem that people expected them to have, you know? This FaZe team, much, much better. Chemistry-wise. Because it's like, if the chem isn't there, it also affects how quickly you improve and your approach to improvement and progress. Like FaZe, the good thing about FaZe is that they're on the same page and they're making clear progress. Even if they don't necessarily look like, you know, they can handle SR at the moment. And I wouldn't put them in a definitive top 2, definitely, with Optic in the picture. They look like they're making progress. That's really big. I still play MM. I haven't touched matchmaking in a month, bro. I was just saying that at the beginning of the stream. I haven't seen... What was the last time? Last time I played ranked was on stream with you guys. I don't remember when that was. It was weeks. It was weeks ago. I like the game. When I get on, I shoot some bots and stuff. But I don't know. I've gotten so much more support commentating and watching gameplay that this has been my priority over everything. You know? Looks mad tan? Yeah, maybe, RD. I don't freaking know. What happened to SR yesterday? They got pived by Face It website, apparently. I don't know. I don't know what happened with the website. Bots are actually really good for keeping the skills up. Yes, I'll shoot a lot of bots. Don't get me wrong. When I do get on, which is not every day, I'll typically do stuff that I do to practice. Like practice routine stuff. FFA, aim bots, target ranges, things like that. Like how Gunny would warm up, let's say, or whatever. So I'm not just like, I'm not doing absolutely nothing, but I don't feel the motivation or like drive to grind matchmaking like I did a year ago, especially now that we have an outlet, like a lane where that's working for us so well. It's hard to justify, you know? But I know that people want to see me play or like want to see me try to be, I don't know, like competing is hard to like. It wouldn't make sense because I can't compete and watch party at the same time. I do think that there's still an opportunity for me to improve my skills and like play with pros as content for sure. Yeah, aim lab. I mean, I haven't played aim labs in a long time, but I did used to play that on M&K. That was pretty fun. I like stuff like that. I like practice almost more than I like the game, to be honest. Because I like mechanics. Especially mechanically deep games. And I like perfecting all of that. You know? How it feels to hit everything perfectly. If I'm playing like a bot lobby, I would want to like hit every single component, like mechanic transfer between every single target flawlessly. Cut every angle per, you know what I mean? It's like, I like all that shit. What's the drama with Gunny? Ooh. Damn, Woodham. Speaking of bot lobbies, making SSG look like a bot lobby every once in a while, right? 30 seconds he counted. I don't know, there's not really a lot to say, Nulls. He's had a long, there's been a long-term like feud between him and Despiteful, who's another Halo competitor. They've been going back and forth for, I think, years, man. And there was even a bit of an altercation like a year or two ago at an event between them as well. But basically, Gunny, you know, kind of went up in his face and hit him. And it was on his live stream. He, like, smacked him. You couldn't see the smack, but you could tell from the stream that he went and smacked him. And it wasn't provoked either, so it really doesn't look good on Gunny's part. Like, maybe it was provoked separately, like, from their feud or whatever. Like, they've been going at each other for a while. In the moment that he went to hit him, it wasn't provoked. Gunny went out of his way, walked over, hit the guy, and now he's been removed from Worlds. So, I don't know. Kind of the end of it. Kicking SSG butt a little bit, yeah. Does that mean he's toast forever, though? I don't know. We're still waiting for an update from Gunplexion. It's up to him to make a video and talk about it and what his circumstances are, if he's going to continue working towards, you know, attending another event in the future. But right now, it's not looking great for him. Oh, he said that he did? I mean, you could tell that he did by the movement of the camera and the circumstances, you know? Like, I could tell that he reached over and hit him. The issue is that, yeah, Halo isn't very forgiving. No, it's tricky. The issue is that it was in the venue, and there's more than enough footage on his page to understand that, like, he initiated, and it was in the venue. Like, if it wasn't in the venue, it probably wouldn't have been as bad, but it still would have been bad, though. Like, if it wasn't in the venue, but it was at Charlotte and outside the venue, and it was on his live stream, it still would have been really bad. Like, if they just fought each other or something. It's just the fact that it was on his stream, and then all these people got their hands on it and started talking about it and whatnot, so HCS had to make difficult decisions. Football players making millions will be... Yeah, I get what you're saying. And that is pretty crazy for a comparison. It is different in gaming. It is different in gaming. I don't know, it's hard to know what to say, you know? Not here for the Shyway gameplay. You're not here for the Shyway gameplay, big dog? Yo, you don't gotta hit me like that, brother. What do you know? Look at when I see comments like that, that kind of motivates me to play though. I can game, bro. When I'm locked in, I know how to play this game. Don't worry.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped.
Yeah, but whether or not you're on Addy doesn't like I don't know the details of that. But that you can understand the difference between that and an altercation at an event, right? You got to pick your battles. You got to, you know, have some awareness of this stuff and choose your lane wisely, I guess, right? Like, it is what it is. 1v1 me at Worlds, coward. All right, fine. Come find me. If I got time, I'm done. I'm doing good, Alex. Hope you're doing good too, man.
This in the bag, eh?
This is the way.
Technicality. Thank you for the follow, brother. Welcome. It's like, well, all of those comparisons are correct. Petrify. It doesn't absolve the man, you know. It doesn't remove the mistake that was made. Mistake was still made, and you know we got to just kind of figure out the next steps, accountability, and the necessary changes if you want to keep being. It just comes with being in gaming. You want to be in gaming? These are the rules. If you can't abide by them, then maybe go play football, you know, do something else. It's a privilege to game. It's a privilege to have a career playing video games, watching video games, anything. He's confirmed banned from Worlds as far as whether or not it's a permanent ban from competitive Halo, and if it's extended to online tournaments as well as LAN, I have no idea. But from Worlds, yes. You gonna be that guy? They all hated him, but so, okay. Tetrify, we don't have to, I mean... I don't want to get into this. You don't just become hated off of bad luck, right? Like, like woe is me. Like, oh, I didn't do anything, but people just hate me. And I like, if that was the case, then how is it that Lucid is people don't hate him like that, and he just gets through and becomes like? There's so many pros that are not hated that made it to pro status. Gunny is not like just some unlucky soul that was targeted, and you know he did nothing to provoke hatred whatsoever. Like. I do hope that Gunny recognizes that there's certain traits that he displays that might encourage some of the hatred. Maybe his reaction to hatred is part of the reason why it doesn't go away, right? Yeah, but it's like people don't like... People might not like certain pro players, but you don't see those people getting like into arguments with pros, altercations with pros, stuff like that. Like, it's all about how you react to somebody's criticism, how you react to somebody's hatred. That confirms whether or not it's going to stay in your life, right? Like, if somebody like a Lucid, let's say, was to receive hate, he would not associate with it. He wouldn't like clap back and be like, yo, you bitch, well, you want to, you know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't make a thing out of it. Lucid would just like, the guy would be banned from his chat. There would be no association, and then the hater would likely just move on and give up, because like what's the point in hating a guy that's not giving you any attention, you know? Because in the end of the day, they want your attention, they want your response, they want a reason to keep hating. If you don't give them one, eventually the conversation won't take place, you know? So it's like, well, maybe not everything about Gunny's circumstances are his fault. I guarantee you that it's no fluke that he's the one that's getting in the continued altercations are happening. He's part of that problem. He is part of that problem. I say that with love. Yeah. This is all very avoidable. And I do hope that, like, I'm not saying he needs to not be himself, because I don't want him to like change the aspects of his, because he's got aspects of his personality that people really love and really, appreciate. So, don't remove that, but learn to navigate criticism and haters with more patience and grace, or else good luck, because it's not going anywhere. It's only gonna increase, if anything. This is our tiny little community. In bigger communities with larger audiences, all of that is compounded, and if he can't handle it here, he will never handle it in a larger audience. Yeah, I mean, ignore is a good way to do it. You could just ignore. No, he didn't fight anybody, but, he was ready to.
Perfect.
Yeah, the more publicity you get, the more haters you could attract, right? So. what would a person need to do to go pro, like in depth, just win tournaments? There is no like clear cut, like, you know, everybody has sort of a different. What would you have to do to be pro? You would have to, obviously you'd want results, but you'd have to put in a ton of work, do something that would give you some sort of exposure and notoriety. So maybe a live stream or something, or maybe you participate in other people's live streams. So like I know a lot of pros in the past would tune into like Ninja's live stream and jump into his stream snipe, get into his matchmaking games, play a one whatever, do something that kind of gets your name out there a little bit, build connections, right? Join all the different communities where you can get competitive experience and participate in tournaments. So like Clutch Academy, LVT, whatever they're running, all these little, you'd have to, you know, have a finger on the pulse of what's going on in the little Discord communities, Halo Rec League, stuff like that. You know, to build your rep, align yourself with other people who are good at the game, you know. Learn how to network is a big part of being good at the game. If you're talented enough, eventually people are going to notice you when you take opportunities, right? But there's no one specific route to getting there, and I've never gotten there myself, so you know, I'm just speculating. But like somebody like a Last Shot, for example, you know, he's obviously very talented, putting the work in. Then he would go to the events, and there are people at these events that just walk around, watch other people's POVs, like kind of like a talent scout. You got long-term Halo competitors, you know, that are good at scouting and finding talent. They might come across your POV and be like, yo, this guy, like this Last Shot guy, he's been playing with the same team for a few events, and they're getting placements that are, you know, a little bit higher than they should be getting. Just, you know, kind of know it, like, who's this Last Shot guy? They'll watch him. And then people start talking about you, you know. As long as you're good at networking, things start moving your direction. He's going to get picked up no matter what. Yeah, when you're that talented, people are going to notice, for sure. But you don't just start, like, obviously it takes some time to build, even though I'm sure he rose up very quickly.
1 minute remaining.
Showing up to a LAN is definitely a step in the right direction. Yeah, because that's the best way to prove your ability. Online won't, like, exactly prove it. If anything, people, if you're really good at the game, you might get some cheater accusations or something like that, you know, when you're just online. Unless you do a lot of work with these other smaller communities to build a rep for yourself. But when you really want to prove your skill, you're going to have to go to a LAN or two. Or several.
Taking cover.
Yeah, he provoked, like, there was a long dialogue between the two guys, but Gunny in that moment did instigate a fight, hit the guy once in the back of the head or something, and wanted to take it outside and fight him, and, you know, it was broken up. They started shoving each other, and it was broken. There's a video on Reddit. You can go on Reddit and figure it out. 3-minute video will give you everything you need to know. You know, very clearly, Gunny made a mistake, and his competitive... Oh, that would have been a sick over. His competitive journey might be over. It might be over, being realistic. I do think it's always possible to redeem yourself, but it's not going to be easy. He's not having an easy road now. Is there an age gap, like unofficial gap? An age gap, what do you mean? I do think that the older you are, the harder it is to get immediately recognized and picked up on teams and opportunities, for sure. For sure. If you're like starting out as a pro and you're, you know, let's say you're really good at the game, but you're in your 30s and you've got no accolades to back things up, then that does work against you. It doesn't mean it's impossible, but it does work against you for sure. Opportunities will come your way more quickly if you are a younger player and you're good. Retire the same day. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, one of the really cool things about Gunny that makes his journey unique is the fact that he is like considered an older player that is broken into pro status at 30, you know, so that shit's really inspiring because it doesn't happen almost ever. Like when has anybody become pro at 30 as an older player? It doesn't happen very often. What is that, 7-2? 7-2, yeah, SSG clutched it up. We're in podcast mode to the point where I am not fully paying attention. My apologies, guys. Hopefully you're still entertained. Or at least engaging with me. We got a lobby ready to go on Command Station POV. I might want to pivot. Hear from me in Halo. It's good to hear.
Capture the flag.
Loves God a little much for me personally. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's a whole other conversation. I think everything you do needs to come with a lot of self-awareness, man, especially if you're going to be a public figure, you know? And I've had to learn many lessons about that as well. Everything you do just needs to come with some self-awareness. Take his spot? Yeah, good luck. That would be an insult to the pros who are putting the work in. Sometimes you think that being on M&K gives you almost like a false sense of power in certain situations too. I'm sure that's like a dynamic that Woodham's had to manage, is the flexibility. Actually, then again, like he just made that play so Glory could get a triple. So whatever, right? Glory came out with the OS. But the flexibility that he has would encourage him to chow more often and encourage him to maybe like do things that a controller player would get punished for more frequently. So with great power comes great responsibility, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what the hell? That was a sick-looking uppercut, freaking whip flick. I don't know what that was. This guy's got a cannon for a wrist. Who would win, Gunny versus Ryan in a 1v1, like a Halo 1v1? I actually don't know. Ryan is you would think Gunny because his POV is always available to watch and whatnot. But Ryan is like sneakily very intelligent player. He's always got something up his sleeve. You know, he's very, very good at the game. Don't ever discount them, you know? Post that link to the video on Reddit. You might just be able to look it up at Competitive Halo Reddit. Go to Competitive Halo Reddit, look up Gunplexion, or type the word Gunny or Gunplexion. And you'll probably find like a comment associated with the thread where the clip was posted. Did I ever get my YouTube channel back? I'm live on YouTube right now, Elite. I've had my YouTube channel all year. That's how we started the year off. Yeah, my account got hacked. And YouTube had like a weird policy or something where I can't even... It's so in the distant past now. But basically, yeah, they wouldn't reinstate it due to some weird issues with the way that their team is organized. Their Google YouTube team is organized. I put that on Twitter and it went viral. 8 million views or something insane. Never had a tweet like that before. And then somebody from YouTube personally reached out and went out of their way to fix the issue. So I got my channel back within about a week of making that Twitter post. And if it wasn't for the YouTube channel coming back, I wouldn't be streaming and getting all the viewers that I had gotten this year. YouTube is chill today. We're not really doing a lot today because it's a chill day. But YouTube is usually 2 to 3 times more viewers than my Twitch channel. Our peak is near 3,000 in viewership on YouTube. Like for live viewers at events. Not to flex, I'm just saying YouTube is clutch. I appreciate you guys. If it wasn't for YouTube, I don't think we would have found the opportunity this year in the same way. Yeah. There you go. Thank you, Moon. He's a good shooter. Wait, man's living 3 minutes behind what? Yeah, I think he's also just really good at prioritizing everything in the game that gives you advantages, basically. So, everything on the sandbox, lining up wild insta-splodes and nade connections and shooting the nades in the environment and using the right weapon for the right situation. Like, anything that he can, like, milk to the extreme, he'll have that locked down and use it against you in the worst possible, most brutal possible way with no shame. That'll be YouTube.
Double kill.
Yeah, Armada, yeah. We got a flawless run coming out of Woodham right here. Love that clip, right? Toss it out, jumps, lands in the box, in the air as he falls. Perfect fade, bro. That's a clean run. Even the pivot, like going that way with the flag to the right instead of going to the box and jump up, cuts the angle from mid behind him. So if somebody's in the basement, they can't see him anymore. I think that's why he took that route specifically, so he can't get shot in the back by anybody bottom mid in the basement conveniently. But his G-slide lineups, the way he like fades through the air to connect with ledges as he drops, this is all super intentional. Super, super well set up. Yeah, something like that. Tetrafy. He'll bait you, shoot the neighbors. Do something like, you know, he's playing chess. That guy ain't playing chess. Checkers. It's not just about, you know, 1v1ing with the bandit. It's about everything else he can use to his advantage. Holy shit, get dunked on. SSG just got completely obliterated, bro. What the heck? Oh, boy. Damn. I like what I see at LUMINON. I know that their circumstances are ideal to win scrims. But can they carry some of this energy? Glory with 24? Can we watch? Let's watch some SLGs. Oh, wait, no, I take it all back. Let's watch Command Station. She's not going to say a word. There's no callouts for this. Or she might react to a kill. She probably has no chat open. She's super locked in. We get some subs in chat, please? Yeah, that's what I like to see. 19 to 18 here. This might be the finals. And we're looking at what might be the winner POV. Are we changing settings midway through? Hopefully not. Thinking about it. Yeah, this is a sweatier lobby. You can already tell. Pink Soccer in here. Janelle in here, too. I don't know. Lethal Vixen. I recognize the name. Ooh, okay. In the vape. It's like an audio delay. Solid. That would have been a sick 5. Jumping over their head to prevent a beatdown. Clean that kill up. Good tracking. Situations like that, you think, you know, going for cross-map kills can be kind of risky if you don't get the cleanups, but conveniently, I don't know if she death-cammed it or what, right? Cleaning up 2 weak targets. Probably very important to switch POVs and get any valuable info. Like, she knows that fight's going down in yellow. I wonder if AI scan has any influence over her decision-making here, too. Hey, load time. How you doing, coach? Oh. Kind of got to hit those, though, right? That's a, you know, an FFA thing, too, is if you just barely miss opportunities for, like, a 5-shot or a cleanup kill, and then that person gets around the corner, it's traded immediately. I struggle with that, too, is, like, I'll have an opening, miss the crucial headshot, and the player's stolen immediately. Timing? Yeah, there's a timing thing. Knowing the right time to look across the map. That's a good breathe in, breathe out, okay. The post from Despiteful? Oh, yeah, I mean, it's total. He's a real rage bait kind of personality, it seems like. You know, I don't really know him, but reading those posts, that kind of energy is something you never want to associate with. And the fact that it's gotten that far and gone for that long, you know, Gunny just needs to disassociate. He needed to move on a long time ago, because you could tell that their dialogue between each other is just too evolved. Very, very awful interaction. Sure, Graver. I mean, you just got to not give energy to that. But I get it. It's like when you're a competitor like Gunny, he has a different environment, and you know he's in the trenches. He's trying to make a name for himself. You're going to come up against people like that. You know, it's part of competition. She's kind of thriving right now, right? 32, breaking away a little bit. This is the type of lead you like to see. Second place with 25. Command Station proving why she's a top FFA player. That was sick. Just exposed a valuable kill down low. Couldn't get the trade. That sucks. That bank nade was just a tiny bit short. I think if it was like slightly farther forward, it would have been perfect. Yeah, why'd he instigate that? Because I think that he's got some built-up anger over their interactions over the course of years, but he needs to let it go. He needed to let it go. I think it's also the fact that, like, I think part of Gunny's fuel behind being a top player is the haters. Like, they fuel him to prove them wrong, you know? So I think he wanted to rub it in a little bit, you know? Like, he got his top 16. He made it to Worlds. Yeah, I think he's trying to, you know, like, he felt like a big shot. And I get it, man. I get it. But, like, that's just not a... You know, I think he's trying to rub it in a bit. Nice 3-shot beatdown. No trade. Shield. Does he trade it? Ooh, my word, almost had it.
Dies on your it's all good.
Nobody ever dies. She says sprint strafe. Shouldn't have even gotten away with a kill there, but almost did. So sad that the scene is going away. It's not exactly ever, like, there will still be people contributing in the Halo community. There still will be tournaments. There still will be LVT. I still plan to contribute as long as there's something for me to do. If you guys are showing support and if there's scrims happening, I'm here, you know? So it's like, Halo's not just like, it's not like we're just like putting the shit in the grave completely. There will be lands as well, but not like majors on the level of what we have now, I guess. As far as prize pools are concerned and whatnot. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but Halo is always kicking in some capacity. Like back in Halo 5, we had a dark period, kind of like this as well. And if anything, it was a big moment where for me in my career to build a platform for myself, so that when Infinite came around, I was well positioned to have a real career in this. You know, so like see it as that. If you do really love Halo and you want to, you know, make something of yourself in this community, then see it as a building year for your goals or something, you know? We've dealt with downtimes a lot, and this downtime, low-key, is better than anyone we've ever had. Halo is a more accessible game than it was in the past. It's not just stuck on Xbox, it's on PC. You know, open to a wider population. It is a little bit better now. Still kind of shitty, but a little better now than Halo 5. Could live. What? So she had, so that's a red bar. She had a one-shot damage advantage at least over Janelle. Janelle had taken a shot from somebody else, or two. One shot probably from somebody else. So even though they both 3-shot beat down each other, Command Station's damage advantage was enough such that she got a red bar. It's a Halo 5 mechanic too. It's weird. Like Janelle did the necessary amount of shots to kill Ali. But Ali had a shield advantage. Good way to look at it. From dooming. I mean, what are you going to do sitting around getting upset about it, right, Coach? Just to stay in the present, brother. Enjoy what we have while we have it, and then try not to worry about the other stuff, because it's like, it doesn't do anything for you, or any of us, you know? Focus on the positive, brother. It's good. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't really agree with the vape, but it is what it is, you know, like, nicotine does actually help with focus, as addictive as it is. I think that there is scientific, maybe evidence to suggest that nicotine could be beneficial as a productivity drug, in certain situations, but you can tell, yeah, she's using that a little bit. Everything is about balance, you know? I mean, only 3 kill advantage, though. There's a comeback opportunity here. Big 1v1 of Janelle. Absolutely mopped her. Only took 2 shots of damage. Doesn't waste any time flying out the window because of it. We'll find another, though.
I stopped going, bro.
Oh. Just quit the vape. Nice. Yeah, like, I feel like vaping is kind of like deceptively dangerous because it's so easy to access, and there's no way that it's not doing something to your lungs over time, you know? I have friends that just wake up and it's right beside their bed. You know, you just hit the vape in the morning. That can't be good long term. Can't be good long term. Starting to line in G Fuel before rank. Yeah.
This is the way.
Travis, thank you for the YouTube follow. Travis Baker. Appreciate you, man. I don't know. Nicotine has a kind of a weird effect on me where it makes me nauseous if I have too much. So it's a very fine line. It's like I have Nicorette gum that I'll occasionally have if I'm trying to focus on something like editing, or if I want to play some games for a long period of time. Maybe I'll eventually chew some Nicorette gum. But if I go I do the 2 milligram and it's fine.
Keeping shit on.
If I do the 4 milligram, which is not even much, if I have the 4 milligram nicotine, something about it makes me feel like a little, I don't know if it's like nauseous. I'll like stand up. I don't feel good. Something about it, like lightheadedness. So I feel like if I do have nicotine, I have to be careful with how much I have, or else it's not productive. You'd love to see statistics? Yeah, I'm sure there's a pretty, you know, I mean, well, everybody's got some sort of caffeine, for sure. I'm sure Adderall is you know, used in some capacity. A lot of them, people probably have prescriptions and whatnot. It's, you know, not too hard to come by. 5 final seconds of 49. Do we get 50? Not quite. Well played from Command Station. Maintain the lead the whole way through. This is Command Station.
I don't know why. Probably because I'm dehydrated.
Dehydrated, okay. I like how she'll win and then kind of play it off a little bit, you know, like never satisfied. We gotta dominate or else. Command Station won the DreamHack FFA at the major, the DreamHack major. So she's actually really good. I think the only woman in Halo Esports to ever accomplish the winning an FFA at that level. At least in HCS.
Your team scored.
Too much caffeine and it'll happen too, yeah.
Objective
Sorry, interview. Okay,
ready.
cool. Makes you lightheaded, yeah. And then when it stops, you feel like a full body refresh? Okay.
Bomb taken.
Command Station's cool. She's a good person. Met her in the bathroom at Charlotte. Yeah, she is a really good person. Vinny, how we doing? Surprised to see me? Why are you surprised? I honestly was thinking I might not go live. Today's a little more chill. We got some surprise scrims with LUMINON as well. LUMINON smacking SSG around. We're seeing it firsthand from Woodham. Yep. Making a triple. Bro dives in the bottom of the shroom stairs. Bridge spawn guaranteed here. Teammate blocking the util. Immediately lighting up Falcated. Surprised he even pivoted backwards. He can keep shooting them. Are they hiding here? One. Somebody's got to split awkward. Back blue base now. And util. Final minute of this. SSG got to do something miraculous to save it. Your fiance met Lucid in the bathroom at Dream. Wait. Oh, okay. Confused me for a second.
Plasma grenades obtained.
Should do 1v1 against viewers. I did a long time ago. I have some YouTube shorts. If you go look at my YouTube shorts from like way back, where I 1v1 some viewers.
Not today, friend.
30 seconds remaining.
You guys want to see my old 1v1 viewer content? Woodham is insanely cracked.
Bomb taken.
Active camo inbound.
10 seconds. Bomb army.
There's no way they get it, right? Double hit him out before the plant. They'll toss it out the window.
Bomb taken.
And that's a dub. They might have played a few games before we checked in, right? 8-2. So maybe 9-2 now. Yeah, 9-2. the FFA and this scrim, but apparently they're doing like a double scrim. I think that LUMINON are scrimming complexity after this.
Specifically of now that we get to Coven, now we get to different maps. How are players playing their life? How are they utilizing a lot of these really awkward engagements? And are they making the right decisions? Because deaths do matter. At the end of the day, your engagements could come back to bite you if you find yourself tied in a tiebreaker scenario. So it's going to be a talking point for sure, but that'll be a little bit more minute when the decision, or I should say the conversation calls for it. This was really just setting the tone for game one, and Command Station kind of, lack of a better term, commanding most of the field. It was commanding play, great shots, and just really like constant double kills left and right. It required Miss Rogue getting
from a sheer experience
and a triple off spawn
perspective. I feel like Command Station should have the edge.
That was my takeaway. Is just Command Station just really dominate this game one.
In a suit would make some people think. You guys know I used to commentate, right? I wasn't in a suit though. I was wearing like these over the top
like, think about the
button up
swing
shirts.
That happens from here, right? Getting the overkill.
Over the over? This is on MK.
Here, then going and getting another triple, going 9-1 in that sprint was huge for Miss Rogue. And then you think about what comes next, right? Because I believe game 2, let me go confirm this, but I believe we're going to Coven for game 2 here. And with Coven, that's where Miss Rogue was really dominant. We saw her in
76 accuracy,
67 kills on the map.
Damn, Soccer coming out with 74.
Now, because the admins have done such a fantastic
Am I a hat guy?
job
I'm not actually.
Everyone's
but
kills.
I might become one someday.
There is actually someone that did finish. I want to make sure I get it right because it was absurd.
Hard to imagine this hair sticking around too much longer. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. I'm not a hat guy. Maybe like a toque.
82
in the winter.
Oh my god!
In a game, 82 is the highest we've seen today. She got that in round 5 on Coven, so maybe keep an eye out on Pink Soccer as well.
Do we watch the LVT perspective, or do we watch Command Station again? See if she could win it on this map. Or do a little bit of both, maybe, right?
The standings too is she currently sits in
a fedora. You guys want me to wear that?
That game number 1, but the 30 is the name. That is where these players want to hit to be able to hit match point. And Command Station setting the charge at 12
Let me see
points.
if I can find something like really old.
Into game number 2 here, though, right into it. It is Coven and presented by Women of Halo. And
it's gonna make me cringe looking at my old Kansas City stuff.
For the throne, these ladies are playing for $5,000, but hey, top 16 get paid out today, so everyone seems like they get to walk away with a chunk of change. But bragging rights here as we go into this game number 2, Spaceman Coven. What are you excited to see? Because I tell you what, Command Station, she has her work cut out for her. It's not going to be as easy as you think it is.
Oh, give me the compass.
On this map, things change for sure. This map gonna add some
get me in. I need to see
like new variables to this. There's no way that she has the practice on this map that she does in Aqua.
Kind of dominate the portal side.
Really, just like Aqua FEF, sorry, FFA on midship, Heretic, Zealot, someone would hit 70 kills sometimes.
This is gonna be a really fascinating Coven game, just because we know exactly what we're going to get out of basically.
And we get a variety of different POVs this way, though, right?
What does everybody else do? How do they approach it? How long do we really invest in camo?
Yeah, camo's insane in this. She's in center map. From this position, you can shoot anybody off the teleporters, but I guess you're open to it too.
Okay, Miss Rogue was playing out of her mind there, right? Because you get camouflage. A lot of times people I have camo, let me just like go to get my power position. But no, you have camo. Use that to your advantage. Go into the middle of the map where now you can be checking the portals, and you are the flanker of the portal players there, and you can be a little bit more patient with it. You could try to get those multi-kills. She was doing that to a T, but I think you're right on point, Spaceman. I mean, it really is going to come down to portal play, and so far the players that we've seen throughout the tournament be very strong at that portal play are leading the charge in this game. Fortune Cookie with 8, Command Station with 7 thus far, Miss Rogue with 5, but with 3 assists as well.
Did you go to a casino?
The big thing is just getting tempo at these
Sorry to hear that, brother.
On that
Wait, what?
south portal first, so that you can have the big advantage and not have to be reactionary when you're going into those corners.
Janelle with a little early pre-nade there, forces Miss Rogue down, which she runs into Blood Reina. So Ladies trying to get some map control here, but you also can see Janelle picking off those who are sitting by the portal, working those off angles, just waiting for someone to come in. And we've seen Blood Reina do a fantastic job of that, but doesn't seem like she can get really much going as Fortune Cookie taking members down, but also to Ashlyn Bot trying to find something going as well, as she currently is sitting at 7. Still, this is so close, and we know this map is so fast.
I think right now Ashlyn Bot actually has a pretty good
Sorry,
approach
guys.
to how this game should be played, just simply because we know there's going to be so much
Perfect Halo.
attention and pressure pushed towards north and south portal.
5K for
You
each
can't
player on the
really get
winning
away
team.
with
So it's
much at this
FFA,
point,
so there's
like
no
we put in
team,
stage
right?
one
You
with
play
people
it
kind
for
of
yourself.
camping up here and taking
And the
advantage
total
of the
prize
dip
pool
and
is
dive and
5K.
dancing abilities of that
That'd be
portal.
sick, though, right?
Once
Each
you get a
player.
couple of kills, you're going to become a priority
So
for
free-for-all,
somebody on the map. So
one
expect
player wins,
a lot
I
of
assume, the
dancing
bulk of the
around
5K,
list
but
and
not
kind of
the
moving
entire
towards
5K. I
archers
assume it's
specifically,
split between like the
controlling
top
map
top
and at least
placements.
over there. That's where
Big
a player
1v1
like
right there. They both
Command
trade.
Station and a player like Fortune
Trying to make it a boil down to a
whether it's
1v1 for the
Camel or not,
win.
you
It'd be
find a lot of
nice, but
success
no, I
if
think
you
it's just
go
going to be
find
FFA the
kills
whole
or so, move out
FFA the whole way
portals,
through.
and then reposition. It's going to take a lot of attention from everybody else to deal with those players, but that's got to keep at least some of these players honest, knowing they just can't post up for free anymore.
You see Command Station, I think, start to develop a little meta alongside what we saw Miss Rogue earlier do, where they went into the middle of the map and they were trying to counter
No way.
the portal players, and it was working really well there. See Janelle, she's been doing that a couple times.
Running
When
into the
she's
wall?
running into the wall like that, what she's trying to do is minimize her hitbox.
Yeah,
When
I
you
know,
run
but
into it, it's a little bit harder to shoot them. You can try to get a
But if
little
you're
bit
running
more
into a
distance
wall
behind
in
the nades.
every
Of course,
situation,
you're
you
gonna be
can't
doing that
see
all tournament long.
things, right?
She
Like, how is her
finds it out.
reticle going to be
She's
ready
been
for somebody
crazy
to,
consistent
that she wants to
at
catch off
portal
guard?
plays, but I've been noticing a lot of micro plays. Like we're
Yeah.
seeing the people that
In
have
certain
put the
situations, it makes
most
sense to do that. If you've got no other
time
option,
into
you sprint
mastering
into a
the
wall to cut
mechanics
the angle,
of
because if
Halo
you don't do it, you won't
in
cut the
this,
angle properly.
tournament. And
Like
the
these
map
little
like this,
areas
with
here,
how
you might
close
want to
it
sprint
is,
into a corner
like,
because
you're
it's
gonna
so
have to pull
short.
out all the stops to win those gunfights.
But
in particular,
if you do it too much,
keep
you
an
might miss
eye out for the
opportunities.
Jab steps,
Cleanups.
that could be coming in. I'll point them out when they do
I would think, at
happen.
least.
I saw Command Station hit a nasty one to try to get a triple kill earlier in the game.
Such an M&K moment right there. Beat down,
Schools of
instant look down,
school
nade.
in us. I love that.
Dude,
and,
This is so cheesy, the shenanigans here. Bro, come on.
the micro
Anything I say
adjustments,
that's
though,
an
it's super
explanation is going to be that,
important.
right?
At least I know in terms of competitive play, like
The
those-
portals on this
even
map
practicing
and how
it, right, it
instantly you
takes
can
a
switch
lot
from one
to be
side
able
to the
do
other.
it
You can cheese
efficiently. It's
people
not
with it.
just something that
Hardcore.
you can just quickly adjust to and then jump
Is this
right
a bit
into
not so exciting to watch?
gunfight or
Yeah,
an
yeah, I'd say so.
engagement. These ladies
It's a bit
pull it
not
off
so exciting.
well.
FFA in general isn't like my favorite thing to watch. It's you know, kind of chaotic, especially in the way that they're watching it, where we're switching POVs constantly. If I go over to Command Station specifically, I feel like the pacing of it is maybe a little bit more engaging for you guys. And you can see how one person might change, you know, their approach as the game goes on. But it's kind of hard to appreciate FFA. A lot of chaos, limited strategy in comparison to 4v4, or like, you know, easy to perceive strategy. It just seems like randomness sometimes, you know. She's the one who she won the FFA lane. That's correct. She's the one who won.
It's so hard to cover your ass on this map. Did you push anything or like expose yourself?
This map is super exposed, yeah. Luminosity are still scrimming SSG, Woodham, and SLG's POVs alive. Stop. Wait, what? I swear I'm not mansplaining, okay? Trying to entertain the viewers. That was a sick 1v1. Very nice. Catching Fortune Cookie mid-slide. Cuts the angle too. Won't live, but exceptional double. No way. No way! What the fuck? Fortune Cookie did not look up. Look up. Almost got finessed. LUMINON a newer team? No, the org is new to sponsoring. Oh, that was sick. Okay. See, that's the thing about the sandbox, the nade jumping. Like, I guarantee you that player did not want to be launched in the air. And then Command Station taking advantage of that. They just shot the player up. So LUMINON is Nemesis. You know Nemesis, Rival? Nemesis has played together all year. And Nemesis, the org, dropped out the Esports, but the team stayed together. LUMINON picked them up. So it's a new org change out in the last month or so. Same team. You're good. And she's not on top in this one, right? Fortune Cookie actually leads 28 to 26 here, despite some of the outplays we've seen. Really difficult situation to live. Sometimes it feels like almost more worth it to just die than to try to live, right? Because you waste time trying to live and getting your shields, and maybe missing opportunities to impact the game. Sometimes I'll do all this shit just to like stay alive an extra 10 seconds and then get no kills. Not bad, Jiro. We're just kind of chilling, man. Nice and clean version of Warlock. It is, yeah. A little bit different though, with like the way that the size of the map, the geometry on the map, like those arches popping out creates like different cover and whatnot, right? That's a big lead for Pink Sakura. Command Station in third right now with that beatdown. So there's several players that are very close together in scoring, right? Got the audio cue off the footsteps. No 3-shot beatdown. That is brutal. Beatdown didn't come out. Changing your axial dead zone on aim, I assume, right? Is that what's happening? Or no, threshold? Changing threshold? Mid? Game seems wild. Is that movement or aim threshold setting? Changes the feel of your aim. Yeah, what do I know, right?
This is the way.
1800 Bub. Thank you for the follow.
This is the way.
Appreciate it. Bub, thank you, man. What was that exchange? This map just feels claustrophobic a little bit with how open it is. It's like on one hand that's good because you can contribute to fights very easily, but everybody's just shooting you the moment you take a step forward. You can tell there's a difference in preparedness and like comfort on this map for Command Station than in Aqua. Biggest thing in FFA is inefficiency. Sometimes dying gives you more info than playing your life. Yeah, is efficiency. Yeah, is efficiency. Dying gets you back into the combat with full shields faster sometimes than trying to finesse and live a situation where there's just no possibility of living, or like you know what I mean, the circumstances are not good. But it's hard to notice something like that and allow yourself to just die faster so you're back in it. It's like a weird kind of selflessness you have to like. You also have to keep in mind like who's leading the lobby and maybe choose like who you die to, I guess sometimes. Like if you spot a 1v1, you know you're gonna die to like you notice their game name tag and it's like Pink Sakura, so she cuts the angle and dies to somebody else, you know, so Pink Sakura doesn't get the kill. Pink Sakura is owning right now. All right, we got to kind of see her POV. There's no convenient way to do so.
We get so locked in. Lethal Vixen grabbing the camo, locked in as well. But Spaceman pointed it out earlier. When she does get this camo, she doesn't really convert too much. So we want to see her pick up a lot of kills
and she's
here.
down 13.
As we
Crazy
know,
how
these
there have
ladies,
been
they're playing,
players like Last Shot, even Karma back in the day, consistently win FFAs.
Those third-party situations going, and Lethal Vixen still, that camo running out, didn't find too much as she has 33.
I think you gotta be
the map is a big part of this, though.
Kills there. Like, just,
they all lack experience on the map.
If you're gonna play slow and patient and not force fights, you should try to do it a little bit closer to the portals, right? Because you're not gonna find people.
3 minutes left.
They're just gonna run in front of you.
52 right now. It's a huge lead. Second place has 40 kills.
Because of the
Pink Sakura is destroying right now. We gotta see her POV
on this to gravitate towards those
absolutely
portals.
Destroying.
Playing to catch players off.
Alino is second place with 41.
Really, you need multi kills. You need them quick, and you only have 3 minutes to do so. So increasing your pace, playing closer to those portals, I think is going to be really important. It's just
no GAs in this tourney now.
Second here, and Janelle with that.
But there aren't that many weapons to use. Like prioritize as a shoddy.
But
sure,
not going to be able to get it there. I mean, look at the lead. That killing frenzy is the difference between.
It's enough of a lead that I feel like it's over right now.
One life.
Yeah. How do you make the comeback?
How valuable that was.
It's not
And
like
it
Pink
goes from
Sakura is
that
just going to
to,
stop getting
again,
kills.
Every single life, she's putting at least 2 on the board. I like the flurry of kills.
Not caring
that
about your
Pink
deaths
Sakura has
unless
put
it was
on. I
going
wanna
to
take a
somebody
look at
above
the
you.
stats
Yeah,
for her
exactly.
Right now, I mean, 54, 18 assists, 35 deaths. She has the least amount of deaths in the lobby. She has right around the most outside of Miss Rogue assists in the lobby. We were looking at Command Station trying to keep pace. Command Station.
I mean, I don't know a lot about COD to know how good the roster is. I trust that it's true, though, right? Like, enough people have come out to...
It's just a completely different experience.
Like, Ronnie Intel
right
is
now
generally,
that
like,
she's playing
reputable.
on. And again,
So it sounds like it's happening.
Playing those one-on-one
Legends
portals.
nasty.
She's moved away from
The team
controlling
itself
map
doesn't seem
and focused
like
more on just securing and maintaining
like
the
a heavy
win.
hitter
She has
team
the
on
win in her
paper,
pocket,
but I think
55
Legend
kills. She doesn't
might
need
be able
worry
to
about
use the
camo within
opportunity
53.
to
She
like
doesn't need to
spring
worry
himself
about
onto a
Bulldog.
better
It's just
roster,
pick players off at
or
range,
you know, gain a
third-party where I
spotlight
have
if he
to,
really
and make
pops
sure we
off
get this
on this
victory.
team.
A 10-kill
Or maybe they
lead
surprise
with
us.
a
I don't
minute
know, but it sounds
45.
like
She's
the team he's on doesn't have a
11
lot of
over
good
the last
accolades.
2 minutes. This is a victory if I've ever seen one. Pig Soccer
But we'll see.
exploded into this game with a friend.
Glad he's got opportunities. A little bit
One thing to look out real
unfortunate
fast,
that we're all
Ashlyn
talking
Bott,
about
she
this
had a
right
very
now, though,
slow
because
start
it
to the
takes
game.
focus away from
Was in
Halo.
8th place, has worked her way up to second.
And I know I retweeted one of the
big thing
posts about it
she's
too.
looking to do here, deny Command
Obviously,
Station
Legend and
second
team are
place,
focused
force
on
her
Halo
into
right now.
third, because
But it
Ashlyn
just
Bott
creates
got
a dialogue, a
7th or
speculation
8th,
that
I
like
believe, in the
Optic
last
are
round. She
losing
needs as many points
because
as possible
Legend's going to
after
COD,
a
which is
pretty
probably not
rough
true in the
performance.
slightest, you know?
Right now, she's doing what's necessary, trying to keep Command Station out of the way. So right now, the big fight to worry
I have
about Command
drops.
Station
Are you sure
versus
about that,
Ashlyn
Mar?
Bott.
We need a
And I love
confirmation,
that.
like an
I
actual.
was gonna say, for
I
some
have
of these ladies,
Duolingo
like
drops.
Ashlyn Bott being one of them, right? She's
Not
picking and choosing.
Halo
right?
drops.
She's not sticking to just
I don't
one
think, Mark.
strategy. She's zoning out when she needs to, but she's also playing patient around the portals and even utilizing any type of utility that she does find. So she does pick up a Janelle off screen.
Ooh.
Command Station trying to take her down, and she does trade out. But
I've had,
still,
like,
that fight
Duolingo
there
drops or whatever the
for
whole
second
week.
place spot as Pink Sakura has secured.
It says drops
pretty much the
enabled.
first
Yeah, you
place
might be
spot.
right.
It's Ashlyn, maybe 4 points away.
Oh, you're
She
talking
might
about-
be
yeah,
able
okay,
to
there you
do
go.
it.
Yeah, wait a minute. Now all of a sudden the portal not only becomes a win con,
53 to 59, but there's only 30 seconds left.
Command
Station's gotta go in. Wait, it was Ashlyn Bott with 56.
She's now going to try to push portals and try to take control. She will get caught from Command Station. Command Station actually helps out Pink
There's
Sakura
no way.
in that instance. Get some cross shots. And
4
availability.
kills in,
There,
like, 10
60 to
seconds. It's not
51
happening.
Still the lead. 57 for Ashlyn, but she's got to go. She doesn't have a lot of time to put 3 kills on the board if she wants.
Ashlyn Bott is good, huh?
Wow, I mean, talk about
M&K.
getting that distance when you needed it. Now, second
Hurt
place
this
is
man's
not in
energy?
question
What do you
at
mean?
all.
You
Ashlyn
can't
Bott
hurt it.
Doing what was necessary.
Synopsis: Legend will be Legend will be the veteran player. Unfortunately, Abe is a promising rookie who's raw and doesn't know the game. Gwen is the biggest kill whore and doesn't play proper COD. And Lunar was on a roster last year that consistently lost, but everyone went positive. Coin playing for a league spot. So circumstances aren't great. You're saying? How can Legend be the vet player without any COD experience? Like, the other players at least have COD experience, but yeah, it doesn't sound like a good system to be a part of to
That's unbelievable.
you know, initiate him into competitive COD. That is kind of worrisome. Like when you put it like that, because I don't know the players. I was thinking like maybe he could shine as an individual talent around those guys, but that's never like a good reason to be on a team. You should be, you know, playing for the team. Lunars is their 4th. I've heard Lunars is not
everybody else, but she was
amazing.
outplaying her just natural engagements in the game. It's like, yeah, Miss Rogue had 44
They lost their
deaths.
coach too.
44 deaths, 61
Legend in a
kills,
position
54
where
assists. That's
he'd
absurd.
want
That's-
some
that's
sort of a
just-
contract, a franchise team to be a part of, so he can justify staying in the U.S., I would
To even
assume.
have 50 deaths is impressive. This is
SG
just
getting
a
shamed.
step
Yeah, let's go back to it. I'm going to go to SLG POV because we haven't watched him at all. He's playing with Woodham, right? Woodham's been looking nasty. But SLG is also a quality player. And they... Whoa, it's 10 seconds left in a tie.
I hear
We got an OT.
Let me switch to us. Let me switch.
It looks like they're going to win it, though.
Then.
Nice. We got comms for SLG, too. That's good to hear. This scrim might be just about over, though. It is 9-2. It might be 10-2 because they just finished that game. Yeah, 10-2, bro.
Probably 4. Probably 4.
Trying to find
It's 3 hours. We end at 3. We have a
trying to show my commentating from back in the day. I can't find it.
Oh,
Can I send a video Reddit thread about Gwyn? If not, no biggie. Just curious on my thoughts.
One's along. AOS.
I guess so.
Did we kill left attic?
I don't know. Feel free to link something to me.
You can run it to me. I hear that. Lobby swim weak. Watch lobby.
Our legend and team focus though. There's clearly something going on. You're saying?
You're good.
You don't go from playing the way they did at Arlington to the way they did at Charlotte without the vibes being hideous. I wouldn't say that 100%. There's definitely some. They're experiencing some sort of hurdles in their performance for sure. You know, hopefully chemistry isn't like compromised too much. I do think that it was only a matter of time until Shopify like revved up and became the force that they are now. You can see that coming, you know. Shopify had very limited land reps. You know, when they got the grand final cycle and Last Shot were getting to grands for their first time at the beginning of the year. So it's understandable that it would take some time to like get the comfort and build the chemistry and the composure necessary to win. Now that they've started winning, it's like it's kind of scary, you know. So it's not even just about Optic as much as it's about Shopify starting to win and you know building the confidence necessary to keep winning.
Owing now. Dead witch. Watch down the Seekers. Dead. I can do it. Go right after David. Go right.
I sincerely hope that their focus is not pulled in some sort of way. What is this exactly? Let's see. Shotzi on Gwyn. He's literally the least impactful player he's ever seen. Hold on.
What's your op on Gwyn to CE9? My opinion, so it's him, Crumpy, Sib, and Spart? Or what, Cap? I mean, I don't think it's anything crazy. I don't know. Bro, Gwyn's playstyle is like, with all due respect, he's literally the less efficient player I've ever played against. He's good, bro. That's the thing about players, bro, is that you can be, like, you're good, but if you don't know that, like, bro, there's so many good players individually that know how to kill and know how to win gunfights, but bro, they're so like I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
So you're saying he's not an efficient player? He's got good individual like gun skill. You know, he can take on a player 1v1. We see some stuff like that in Halo all the time. Is like not knowing how to make the right play for the circumstances, how to be the right teammate, etc. One thing Legend is to a T is very efficient. If there's any way to describe Legend in the league, he's kind of like a Swiss Army knife in a sense that he can do a little bit of everything. He's very OBJ aware. He's very efficient with his timings. He's like I don't know if he could translate that into COD and maybe help a player like Gwyn drop some of the. Not to say that there's ego associated with his play. I don't know. Maybe help point the guy in the right direction. But then again, he doesn't have the COD background. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe he's got some raw gun skill, but with the right mentorship, Gwyn could be nasty, is what he's alluding to. I don't know.
Yeah, 3 dead.
And I don't imagine Legend would be the guy to mentor him. But Legend's history in Halo, his background in Halo is extremely efficient and would be helpful for somebody like Gwyn if Gwyn was in Halo, you know.
Owing.
But the circumstances are a little bit different. So I don't know. Yeah, like all we can do is speculate. I don't know the players. I believe in Legend.
Watch this gun.
We'll see. He's got a bad ego. Oh, there you go. I think Legend will be gross on Black Ops 7. Him and Abe should run SMGs. They all got egos, but I do think Legend is more even-tempered. At least he appears to be in the way that he carries himself. And maybe he will be able to call Gwyn on some bullshit, you know? Because when you watch them play Scrims Optic, Legend does not hesitate to call out Renegade for something, some misplay that he made, some play that, you know, maybe would have been for himself or timing or something, you know what I mean? Like, Legend's not... he knows the right way to play, how the team should be playing, and he's not afraid to state it, and he's generally respected because he's so good at the game. He puts his he backs it up with his skill that people generally respect his feedback. I don't know what that dynamic's going to be like with Gwyn though. We'll see. He doesn't have an ego? That guy just lied? Okay. I mean, all the pros, keep in mind that in order to be a top player, you got to have somewhat of an ego. You got to have a lot of confidence in your ability. You got to believe that you're the best, or at the very least capable of being the best. If you're not, you don't think you are now, you know, but like, yeah, I don't know. Sounds like for all of us, it's just speculation. Yeah, and he said efficient, not impactful, right? Yeah, those are kind of like two different things. Being inefficient, getting kills could be, I guess, they're both kind of like, not necessarily synonymous, but anyway, this is like a... Getting kills could be impactful, but choosing the wrong opportunity for something could be inefficient, or like going for a kill when you should have gone for a certain rotation or a hard point setup or some shit like that, like could be inefficient maybe. Yeah. Without playing COD, I don't know.
Red stairs reach, dead. Court on top hill.
Shopify feels like they're having way more of that bros vibes. Yeah, I think one thing for sure is like Shopify are, well, they're no strangers to, they practice on a regular basis. They also don't hide the vibes nowadays. It's like they really do seem like buddies, and they're always like hanging out and communicating with each other on all their live streams. Like they have like, they're posting pictures. They're like sleeping side by side at the LAN center. You know what I mean? Like, Optic, on the other hand, have gone kind of like cold. They're radio silent. I don't know what's going on with Optic. I've got no... They used to do scrims with all 4 team comms. If ever they do scrims, Formal's the only one that goes live, and even Formal's not going live anymore. So Optic, it's just hard to get a read on what the vibes and the chem is like with Optic, because it's just radio silence, you know? So I think one thing with Shopify that has the community talk about their chemistry is the fact that, you know, they display it publicly and we see it all the time. That they have good chem, that they vibe off each other. Makes it very easy to root for that or to understand that.
I'm helping you too.
Yeah, they seem like great for SR. And then for Optic, it's like just due to the fact that there's an absence of streams and comms and all that we don't really know. So people are speculating because we just don't know.
I want on B. Pushing B. He's close. Inside door. One tower.
So if you think Woodham is gross, watch SLG, right? SLG's nasty too. He just got team dated, I think, though. Nade popping in from behind him, maybe from the team.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm sure a large part of the reason why they're not showing anything is because they do want to focus, they want to lock in, they want to avoid some of the dialogue, the criticism, whatever. You know, why would they want to go live when, you know, the dialogue is shifting around them? It's not exactly positive. People are starting to doubt. People thinking SR are the best, you know, so maybe it's just simply to focus on their own craft and to to just prove it with results rather than worry about all this other shit.
I'm on C. We can, all day. Someone help me?
Is it our Garza? Garza? Sorry, something was covered and I didn't see it, brother. Yeah, Garza, thank you for the comment. Garzat, thank you. Welcome.
I'm looking.
Got a few vouchers from CompCod. Oh, my opinion can carry merit? Okay.
And see.
Team that takes the space the most effectively will win. Gwyn consistently backed up and regen health off 2-3 downs, which screwed up his teammates' timings. Oh, that sounds like Halo. Yeah, the faster you are to take space and form a perimeter around the map, the more often you win, right? That's a Halo thing too. The best players are very rotation heavy. They spot their opportunities off their damage advantages and they take space on the map. So their teammates spawn behind them and they have a full fortified perimeter secured, closed around their opponents. Which is the best way to ensure you win, right? Let's go, Nori. That's cool. I do think that, you know, that's why I'm a little bit motivated to get into COD, because I feel like a lot of what we learned about Halo will translate to COD to some extent. Like, you can tell Shotzi's reads on the game were directly from his Halo reads. He knows how the spawns work and how to manipulate the environment to a T from Halo 5. And it wasn't too much of an adjustment to do that in COD.
I'm here for it. Yeah, one in it. Nice.
Sammy says MS do not know what they're talking about. What's wrong, Sammy? Been watching COD for years. And this guy is so faded. Gwyn was an A-tier player, just needed to be more impactful, and that's it. Okay, so you're just talking about Gwyn. You're not talking about the space conversation, right, Sammy? You're just still going in about Gwyn?
Nice. Last one top cat, last one top cat. One shot.
There's a
one top cat,
crucial
last one.
game where Gwyn
Last one top cat,
stepped
last one.
off a hill with 1 second left
Last
to
one top
win
cat, last one. Nice.
to get a kill nowhere near the hill, and they lost 259 to 250. Ooh, or 250, 249 to 250. Okay, okay. Sounds like a stronghold or a king of the hill type thing. A hard point, right? Hard point.
I'm letting him, letting him. I'm letting it, David.
Bro, this
Get
is
out,
this
get
is
out.
disgustingly dominant. What is
Cuts,
this?
Cuts, two cuts.
This is like
One shot, one shot,
laughable
cuts.
right now.
2B, one.
247
Yeah.
to 47.
Okay, we're fighting
Does this
here.
happen much in COD where you see this in
Yeah.
hardpoint? SSG top 4 on land getting just disintegrated by
I hear
LUMINON.
darn. Top red, one top red. Top blue one, top blue one. Top blue one, red one. And top cat. Okay, 2 cuts.
I don't know, but the understand
Going
that
up,
I
going
get
up, going
is
up.
that Gwyn has
Blue
gun
cuts,
skill,
inside blue.
individual skill, but
Nice.
could maybe benefit from a little bit of guidance,
I'm here for it.
you know, improvement in efficiency.
Yeah.
And
Lunch.
Legend could be helpful for that, but
We can see.
Legend has to translate what he does in Halo to
Yeah.
COD.
Dead, nice.
Sounds like they need a mentor type player. They need like a vet type player, and they don't have it.
A1.
Sounds like that's what they need.
Watch the screen. We can see also. Yeah, do be, yeah. Let them run. Here, I'm turning.
He has raw talent and potential. Yeah.
Sub-weak.
So they got players with raw talent and
Listen.
potential, but need to
Yeah, da.
convert it into
Don't worry.
wins. Need to play to win, not play to stat.
Yeah, it's on your lunch.
Ooh, that was a big 1v1 outplay. There's no way SSG will bring this back, bro. They suddenly start trying at 248. We'll reset B here. Nate cuts off the left side. You would think that player got out through bottom mid.
Dead.
He had
Really?
Slasher.
Yeah, red door weak.
When's the first CDL tournament? Probably in like January or something, though.
I'm dead on I'm dead in from top mid or something.
Game comes out in November.
I don't know where this winning. Blue.
I didn't watch the SR phase Charlotte comms. I watched the optic
Yeah.
phase Game 5 Charlotte comms.
A1.
What about it?
Good one.
IDK.
Nice.
Oh, it's December? Which is the earliest it's been in a long time. Yeah, actually, even Halo did that, right? Raleigh was in December, which was pretty cool. The game came out shortly after it came out. We had a December land. I think I'm just so used to
really does matter the most. Pick Sakura and Command Station.
the way that Halo worked last year.
This is going to be
That's pretty cool.
a
December.
three-headed Hydra down the stretch, who can kind of take the route and really get ahead of this storm.
Proud of how far
Feels like
European
it
players
just
have come.
slowly
I'm
builds
proud
up
of
a
like
national
just the fact that
This
other
road was so good.
regions
It was
are so
excellent
competitive.
matchup.
All other
The
regions,
COVID
right?
matchup
Are the
was
ones that are
good to really
participating in
find the
Halo.
right footing to get out ahead
Like
of
Mexico,
what Soccer
top 8,
did eventually
Australia,
get the
top
lead
8. Everybody's
over,
like leveling up.
Kentucky, but since then has been
Pretty
fighting
cool.
tooth and nail against the #1 spot.
Nice spooky map. Yeah, I got no idea what this is.
Always going to be banking
Very
on
interesting
the
looking
second
map
place
here.
finish, so we'll see how things
I've never
play
seen this in my
out
life.
for now.
It's another
All players
Woman
fighting
of
for
Halo
praise, just trying to get
branded
some stranglehold.
map. They got the logo on the walls.
You're seeing the power of this tower, right?
Is it a
Because
remake or
it
something?
just has access to so much, but you can also close.
This is Fathom.
yourself
This is
off the
Fathom.
map if you want.
This is the Fathom
With
remake.
with the pistol.
Yeah.
there
Oh, I see that now. Cool. It's like a snake for the ledge up to the.
fights happen throughout.
Oh, it's just kind of
You
cool.
have access to all 3 lanes. You can isolate your angles if you want.
I loved
and
Fathom.
You can decide where on the map you want to look and where you want to cut off from.
Almost
Whereas,
identical
the
in
middle
competitive
of the map,
landscape, like
you
how to play the
usually
game.
aren't going to see many there. And
Come and
then,
cover COD,
it's
no more
usually
than
a sprint
80% of the
to get
competitive
to the
landscape.
perimeters,
Sure.
Spawning inside the base like
Macro
Command
is
Station's
based
doing
on
there,
theory.
trying to be
Macro based on
cautious
theory
about
isn't
where
discussed like in
taking
Halo
damage
because
from
GAs
on
are so
routes.
prevalent. They dumb down the
Cautious
strategy.
taking, like those routes, those.
Well, I
those
have
fights
a
too,
decent
that
like macro
earlier when we were
understanding of
watching
Halo.
polls,
Where
you
I
guys
think I
alluded to
shine is in the
me, but,
micro,
like, you saw some of these
in the
players just
movement,
flying
in the
around
individual
map, just being
outplays, the
super
subtle things
confident,
that
like,
players
hey, I
do
can fly around and
that
not be
separate them
punished.
in the moment-to-moment
But here,
gameplay.
like, even Command
So
Station, right?
I'm
sitting
looking
in
forward
corners,
to
playing a little
applying
bit more
that to COD,
passive, a little bit
and
more
then we'll
patient
see
way
what
to
comes
pick
out of
up
the
a
macro
double
side.
kill, just like
This is a good
that,
map, yeah.
like Ashlyn
That's the
Bond
thing though, is
just
like, would it
did.
translate to
Now
Infinite like it
engaging
played in
Command Station,
H5?
maybe just realizing, hey, let's
We
go
do need a
ahead and
railgun.
clear
We need a
in.
skewer top
She
mid.
does get
Skewer
taken
top
down
mid,
by
maybe? I don't
Fortune
know.
Cookie, and then Ashlyn Bot smart knows Fortune
So much
Cookie
dope
might
in the
be weak
H5
from that
railgun, yeah.
engagement, takes her
It was
down
kind of
as well,
free
and then shows
sometimes.
up
It was
before she
pretty
falls.
easy,
That was
you know,
huge right there
but
for
still
Ashlyn
skillful
Bot,
in pro
because
play
now
because
she
of the
just took
movement.
the lead with that play. Now she's
Command Station
sitting
with a
in
dirty
first
5.
with
G slides out
24.
to the corner.
Yeah, you can get away with certain things in pools that you just can't in playoffs or even in the grand final side of
There's
the
less
bracket.
micro in COD?
At the end of
Yes,
the day,
because
you
also
are
the length of the
playing a different level of
engagement's
Halo here.
way
You can't just
shorter.
run out into the open,
But
you're
this
gonna
new
get caught,
COD
but
has
also
omni movement,
these players players know
plus
when
wall
to be
jumping, bro.
patient and when to accelerate
So it
into
does
the
have
gunfight,
stuff,
into
you
a
know.
challenge,
And
then
then there's
get
like
out of
certain
dodge.
like
Just
ways that you know how you
those are
shoulder
the kinds of
corners
depths
for
that these
info,
players will
like
go to and work into their
and
gameplay
peeking
to
and whatnot.
really give them the
Use
best
of
chance to
nades
work
is
around
different in COD than it
variety of
is
variables
in
that might
Halo.
pop up in some
haven't
engagements, and
thought of
yeah,
how
you're not
to
gonna see a lot of players kind of running around the map freely
talk
and
about
feeling
that.
very
Yeah.
confident because you're just gonna
Pure
get
pace,
either
yeah, playing off of
cross-shotted
momentum,
from somebody
tempo,
walking that way,
capitalizing
or
off
become
opportunities with tempo, right?
immediate attention grabber, and that's the last thing
Being
you
in
want if you're fighting
in
for
different
a
locations
championship.
for every
So
interaction, so
this
you're
is
always
gonna
getting
be,
reaction
between
advantages,
players
like
who, again,
gaining
will know
reaction
when to be
advantages
patient
in
and then know
outplays
when to start moving in for kills
by
like this.
using like the small areas of your environment. Shots is really good at that. Standing on like a pot in the corner, you know, for like a 1 foot height advantage, so he can jump chow you and avoid getting headshotted. The headshot modifier has a more significant impact over time to kill than Halo, because Halo doesn't matter where you shoot them until they break the shields. In COD, avoiding getting headshotted is huge, right? So the little things you do to avoid just getting your head hit immediately changes the interaction.
Life might be enough to propel her back into first. Still needs to find a couple more.
Yeah, there is a
with
lot
it,
of little
but
micro things.
She's prowling, looking, and getting back smacks.
Do me a favor, come in confident as fuck. Don't tell people that you don't know. I'm gonna be me. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. I'm confident in my ability to communicate. It doesn't matter if I don't necessarily know. Like, I'm not gonna come in and act like I know shit that I don't know, because that would not put me on anybody's good side either.
That was smart though
I'm
from
gonna come
Chanel
in,
to just like wait, not to get too aggressive.
you know,
just, you know, panic. She
just
threw that
the way I
pre-nade,
always have.
and that was able to stop
fucking
command
wrecking
station.
ball.
At least
Okay.
they traded out there.
If I do
but
get in that,
for
we'll see. We'll see.
Ashlyn Bot, who we saw have a really nice camo play.
I'm confident in my ability to
previously
communicate,
command
and what I
station
generally
and
do
able
is
to take that lead right
people
now. There's only 1 point
help
difference
nudge me in the right
between
direction.
Ashlyn Bot and Pink Sakura, and then
Put some
between
value out
command
there.
Station. So how
And
close
then,
this is for the first
I'll
place
learn as I
spot.
go.
Command is the only player that can secure a first place
I
and
appreciate
be
it,
in
Arcus.
match point contention. But right now, it is 5 minutes.
It's an
and 30
interesting
seconds
remake,
left.
yeah.
We still plenty of time in this.
That
match.
guy. Thank you for the YouTube follow. That's what I needed.
Really
That guy. That's who
strong
we are.
performance on
Okay,
Aquarius to
appreciate it, man.
potentially being able to put up 19 points in 2 games. I mean, she came in second the last game. If she holds on to her lead here or builds it, she might be able to take this and put up 12.
I feel like I would
This
keep
is
tabs on
a
some of the
turnaround for
top,
Ashlyn
more
Bot, who has
mechanically
had so
skilled
much
players,
promise
and
coming into
also
today. A lot of our conversations have been
watch
centered around her
party. A
performance.
watch party. You know, like I
And
feel like I'd
she's
watch
taken
like
it to
Zuma and
task
react to
against
like
the
what he's
best of the
doing,
best right now. If she can continue to put these
scumping
sprays
them,
together
and just
and
have
take
my
out the likes of
own
Command Station, who is really
unique
her
opinions
closest opposition.
that I can make clips out of.
33-32, Ashlyn Bot could skyrocket into the top of the leaderboards within this last game.
I want to point out Ashlyn Bot. We talked about it a little bit before.
Thank
but
you, Steve.
This is her first competitive.
Do I know
Halo.
Octane? Yeah, I'm aware of
And I had a question
Octane.
back
He has a
in my
watch
day.
party too, right?
No, she's really good.
He seems
Sometimes
like
you have players
someone to
that
maybe
come from
align
the game,
myself
right?
with for sure. He
You
seems
do
like
good
a
in Call of
knowledgeable
Duty or
guy,
Apex, you're like,
competitive
oh, I'm trying to say,
background,
okay,
good competitive
double kills
background, right?
In these
And
close
now watch
quarter
parties has his
battles
own his own
Halo and
audience.
enjoy the game, and maybe they take a liking to it. So we asked, we're like, what games was she playing for Halo? The answer was Skyrim. So
Yep,
this
Skyrim.
is her first competitive game. Period. She started playing only 2 years ago, I believe, in 2022, 2023. So she hasn't been playing for a terribly long time, and already she finds herself as a top
One to watch for
0.01%
information?
Halo
Okay.
player. She's
Yeah, like
crazy
he's somebody
good at
who's
the
got the
game. And,
experience and
she-
knowledge
if
to
she continues
for me
going
to
like
learn
this,
from.
She's gonna have a very long Halo career. She's
But just
gonna be
judging by the
winning
viewers he
lots
seems to be
of
picking up in the
tournaments
watch party, it
the
sounds like
Halo,
he's
and she could even be,
he can
finding- I hope
communicate
that she,
his
decides to
analytics
compete
effectively
a little
too.
bit more heavily on the HCS side of things because the talent's there.
That's 3 doubles. That's like it's just casually in the last minute.
What
and a
would
half,
I
she has
consider
3
my
double
own
kills
personal
also.
hurdles if I decide to cover
That
COD more
ratio of
compared to
kills
Halo?
is, again, this stage of the
Personal
game. The amount of kills
hurdles.
you're getting, everything's weighted differently. She has figured out the way to.
I don't know, like I don't want to just jump in having not like I want to get good at the game. So I'd have to, if I'm going to get into COD, I would have to grind it. So that's a personal hurdle because I got to put time into the game to grind it. Not that I can't do that.
Ashlyn Bot is now taking the lead.
But it would pull me away from Halo. So
and it's impressive too. Again,
I'm afraid
just the fact
to
that
step
she
away from Halo because I love
started,
Halo,
this year,
and I don't want to like
in terms of competitive gaming
loosen
and
my
what
grip.
she might potentially
You know?
go to other games. She might try.
I don't
COD.
want to like
I think
put
she
1
has a
foot in,
future
1
no
foot
matter
out,
what
and
game
then
that
miss
she
an
does
opportunity
compete
that
in.
might have come my
She
way
has
in
the
Halo because I
confidence,
did.
right? You can see that in her gameplay. You can see
Or like
how
let's say that it
efficiently
goes
she's
so well
taking
for me
these
in COD
challenges,
that I
and,
leave.
even being able to
I'm
adapt,
encouraged to
that
leave
has been
Halo
always my thing
entirely because it's
personally,
going
like
so
in
well
any
in
competitive
COD.
game. Can you adapt, especially when you
I
have
don't know.
heavy hitting players like Fortune Fortune Cookie, Miss Rogue, Command Station, players who don't
I feel
and,
like
Ashlandbot does a really good job
valued,
of adapting.
or I feel like we
I'd
can
be confident too. if,
output
like,
value
you're
in
playing a
Halo
game,
that is
you're in
absent
tournaments,
from the
you're
community,
playing
but in
this
COD,
way. Yes,
there's a
y'all
lot of
got, it took me,
value
like, 18
already.
years to get this
The
good
scene is
game.
thriving by
Right.
comparison. There's a lot of very successful content creators. There's not as much of a need
Yeah, I am good. That's why it's
for
like,
what I do.
The scariest thing that can
in
happen,
COD.
right? I learned this when I was like doing a little chess. We'd go.
Yeah.
I was playing for my university. We'd go to these like.
If I leave Halo, I feel like I'm leaving a hole behind.
Across from an 8-year-old, you're like, that's the scariest moment. They don't have any reason to fear. They have no fear in those eyes. It's like if you're new to a game and you're already cracked, it's like back it up.
Just expect to win.
They just
So it's
have
not-
this confidence that.
I guess what I'm saying is that
cannot
there's no
be,
shortage of publicity
replicated,
in COD.
with experience.
That's all.
It's just
In Halo,
something
this game
that's
is
gonna
like,
be
we're
very
defibrillating
natural
on
to
the daily
those that
basis, you know what I
become
mean?
Good early on in their career.
I pull the freaking defib out,
There's
baby.
an intuitiveness that some people just have for specific games. I mean, we've seen it with Legend, obviously the most recent announcements. We've seen it with Command Station and Free-for-all. Right now,
The fear of backlash? Not the fear of backlash, just the fear of
she finds success.
of not
Blood Rain trying to
being-
battle back from a
not
very
being able
large
to
deficit
output
of
the same
15
amount of value
kills,
in either
but at 30
department
will make it a double, and those doubles
if
have
I
really
split my
pulled the tail
focus.
of the tape for Ashlandbot. She has
And maybe
relied
missing
so much
opportunities that could
on
come my way
multi-kills, and at 46
as a result
kills
of
right
it.
now, 7 ahead of Command Station with a minute 25. She
Follow
might have
Legend.
done
I would
just enough
want to
get
follow the
herself
Halo
12
pros
points.
that get into it, yeah.
Top three
If
we've
Collect
been
gets into
ranking and
competing,
raving
you know,
about, and I wanna
Legend,
kinda
who seems to be
highlight
heading
Janelle,
over,
who's slowly been inching her way
it would be very
into
cool
at least
to
the top
see
4 spot.
how
She
they
was a player
impact the
that
game.
Didn't have any points on the board when it came to
I feel like I kind of missed the boat
placements
following
and,
Shotzi
really
closely.
looking
Like,
to
we
at
kept
least
tabs through
solidify a
clips
top
and
4 would
whatnot,
be
but
huge here for
Shotzi
Janelle,
freaking
as, she's
exploded.
in 5th currently, does lose that against Blood Reina, traded out, but nonetheless, she's at 35.
Yeah,
She can
one
still
thing I guess I
potentially
should
do it.
capitalize
Miss Rose
on
at
is the
37. So,
window
yeah, it
of
really
like November,
close here in the
December,
scoreline, but
when we're
Ashlandbot
all
still
just like nobody's
holding
playing,
on to first
paying
place.
attention to
There's a
Halo
minute
anymore.
left
Worlds is
in
done.
the game.
There's nothing new to get excited about. At least I think we'll see what they announce on the 24th, right? But in that window, when people are encouraged to scrim and encouraged to broadcast their POV because the meta's not defined, that's a good time period to, you know, do what we do in the space.
If she takes Ashlandbot out, she'll be out of the game for basically the rest of this.
Sure, Graver. That's a good foot in the door, but I, you know, nowadays we stream more than we focus on making videos. You know?
Fortune Cookie gets away. 20 seconds to make up 2 kills.
You gotta go.
It's 1. 2 again. 10 seconds.
Gatekeeps or doesn't properly
route,
communicate
the
COD
route from the
comm
go.
strategy.
Command Station on top.
Oh
She
my
had no
God,
idea.
getting wrecked.
She had no idea she was up top.
That's a Halo 5 play right there, for the record.
50.
If you're not playing this map in H5, you're not looking out for that area.
Ashlandbot holds on by a thread.
Teammates lack the
50 to
necessary knowledge to level
49.
up, and
12
the
points
AM scene is
clocked
gutted
in
for it.
on the leaderboard.
Is it that big of a thing?
Oh,
There's
my
gatekeeping
goodness. That was
information
so
on.
close, but I mean, okay, points.
Created the
numbers,
intention of
all these things
teaching I'd
with
skyrocket
Command
in views
Station
and recognition.
in- I mean, bringing that factor up, she at least got 2nd place, at least 2nd there, and that was crazy because I think at one point, she was like 3rd, 4th. This was back and forth, but we're taking a look at the replay here, that spree, and it was really starting off.
It would be cool to
Ashlandbot.
align myself
They're
with somebody like an
playing
Octane,
so
because
patient
there's no
between the
way that
battles.
he doesn't understand it, right? Wouldn't he watch it and understand like
a little bit too much damage there, so
what
she
those
couldn't
nuances
quite
are?
challenge as quickly as she wanted, but still found
Even though he's not
Fortune
probably
Cookie,
not. Is he
still
not
was able
competing?
to-
I think he's
to
not
get
actively
into
competing
this
anymore.
fight, but the big problem that arises is
Skill
Ashlandbot
gap from
spawn
mid to
just
high
got
challenger
up,
scene
got
is
a trade,
nuts.
and that
Interesting.
one kill. What's the big difference?
Didn't expect
maker?
this today. How you doing, Jamie?
Like, if she finds that
Probably
50
not live
kills,
too much
she
longer,
won
though.
the tiebreaker. She had 4 less deaths than
Hold on.
Ashlandbot, so just that little bit of time ends up being a costly bit for Command Station, and she will not be able to get to match point. She'll need at least one other game. Now, she will be,
My girl's coming
like
over.
2 points away, so as long as she gets like 6th place, she'll be there.
I didn't realize what
Shout
time it
out
was,
to
bro.
Ashlandbot, because after having a very rough game, and
He's in the flank? He's on the show? Oh, sick.
She got 7th.
Big
in
brain
that lobby.
is the only one. Okay, okay. All right,
After
I'll
she
stop.
got
I'll start
the
watching him. I wasn't watching him, but I'm gonna start
four-way
watching him now.
Tiebreaker from 4th from 4th to 8th. She ended up getting 7th off that tiebreaker.
For
Has
sure,
now
Jiro. Thank you,
come
man.
Back, got 2nd in the 2nd game, and now
Thank you, man.
1st place in the 3rd.
Tallying up the points here.
Allows him to challenge more than a controller player, as controller players would be punished more frequently. Can I explain that concept? So basically, he can, because he's got so much flexibility with his aim, he can turn and address multiple angles faster than the average controller player, right? So he can like insta 180 and be in like multiple fights, contribute to multiple fights simultaneously. He can also like get into a fight and slide out the angle in a snap second, right? Like let's say he's like engaged in a fight. If he wants to turn, sprint, slide, he can do that in the smallest fraction of a second, way faster than the controller. So I feel like it would encourage him to engage farther into combat, maybe. Also encourage him to jump more, because when he jumps, like when you aim on controller, strafing is kind of a fundamental component of your aiming. So when you jump, you lose some of that control and you're reliant on your right stick to hit every single shot, which you can do. It's just more challenging. But with M and K, because you're already so mouse dominant when you jump, I feel like you maintain more of your aim control. So you're more encouraged to jump more often. So I just think in general, he's got more flexibility, which might be like, it might have him wanting to contribute to more fights because he's more flexible. That scrim is done, by the way. It's just a theory, though. I do think that early on when Woodham joined the scene, like, his talent was undeniable, but people would say that, like, he'd make these plays that, I don't know if, I remember, I don't know who, I don't want to call out names or anything, but I think it was Woodham might have been like a little too much initially with his play style. And it took him time probably to dial it in and find his timings, find his opportunities a little better, because he would like just be center map, Argyle bottom mid, you know, just shooting freaking everything just because he could, you know. But it's not always, there's dumb damage and there's smart damage as far as like maintaining your shields for the right circumstances, knowing what fights to take, right? So I think that's part of the skill gap too, is like knowing how much you should be engaging, when to engage, which engagement you're choosing. Yeah. Show every teammate you roam with. Don't gotta watch it on screen, but it's godlike. Okay, okay, not this time. I didn't know you were a Challengers player though. Okay, so that's cool to hear, man. And thank you for coming by and just encouraging me to do anything. That's pretty dope, man. I appreciate it. Oh, I see. You got it here, yeah? It was an 18-minute video. Oh, this is Octane, yeah? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
As well, and just have Sib out on strong side. Kiz would be back here. Like, probably 8 would bump to be, like, here or something like that. Like, here. Kiz would back up to hold red like that. And then you would have Dante out. And then Dante's life is like... Wait,
how's he doing this? He's, like, on screen, marking up the...
like whatever, and all the kills he get are
mini-map.
So when you're out on both sides, it just creates an absolute shit scenario, which is what happens to New York. Like, Kiz ends up challenging top red right here and dying, and then Dante dies bridge as well, and then they're fucked.
The thing is, this is a requirement that New York gets
epic pen.
45 plus here. In fact, you can pretty much say you need to get a full 60 if you want to have a chance to get back in this game.
So like Kiz dies here, insta dead, Dante dies, and they're fucked. I think they set up the spawn trap here that I was talking about earlier. I'm pretty sure FaZe traps the fuck out of him here. So like the way that New York is playing right now, like the spawn that New York has is ideal. Now it's not ideal. So like this is bad. This is a very bad situation if you are the New York subliners. You're already down 100 points. You're spawning fucking everywhere.
This is cool. I mean, this content, very simple to create as well. He's not doing anything fancy. I'll try to watch that. Breaks it down where you can understand it. Okay, sounds like the guy to watch. His grand finals last night became home to a pleasant surprise. Good to see you, Jamie. Grand finals was pretty fun, though. It was 3-0, but good to see Optic win. Which play gives you the most heart attacks? Most heart attacks? When watching their POV? Nobody gives me a heart attack when watching their POV. Like they're about to be killed for some risky, questionable plays that they live. I don't know. I think Woodham definitely does a lot on the map. Like, we were just watching that. I think Bound's a very chaotic player. I think 11, actually. I think it went farther. Hold on, let me see. 12. 12-3. 12-3. That was the final score. Here, so if we look at damage dealt... Hold on. Like, I'm just going to call it right now. Woodham has the most damage dealt. I might not be right, but I feel like that's probably the case. He's got the most kills and the most damage by a sizable amount, right? By 5,000, 6,000. He has 6,000 more damage than the second most in the lobby, Glory. So like this is a perfect example. It's not like, obviously you got to be very skilled in M&K, but I think it does like lend itself, the Peripheral lends itself really well to damage output. That's why he's got, like, in comparison to his team, one of the top damage statistics. And way more than anybody else in the lobby. Yeah. Yeah, Eco coming out on the bottom of that. And it kills. Rough scrim for Eco, maybe. 309 deaths. He died the most in the lobby. Least kills in the lobby. Rough scrim. Rough scrim for Eco. 0.71. Not an amazing scrim for Suppress. I mean, they all went neg. Stellar was 271 kills. Doing a lot, pulling a lot of weight here in just the kill department. Damage. I think the remake will have HCS. I don't think so, no. COD off-season while you got into Halo. Literally thought, why don't we have a guy like this in COD? Vouches from 3 pro coaches, 4 pro players, and a few content creators? Wait, what do you mean? Wait, 3 pro coaches, 4 pro players, and content creators vouched like me, are you saying? And I mirror my content with yours because I love what you do. Okay, so thank you for the kind words, man. Well, hopefully I'm helping you out in some way. Thank you, man. Holy shit. You gassed the shit out of me, brother. Fan base can be toxic. Keep headstrong. I think we'll be okay there. Oh, you got the vouchers. Okay, okay. I was about to say. All right. I trust you, man. You're good. You don't like the music, do you? I think we're about to hop off, though, guys. Is this still, like, ongoing? This is not done yet? This is, like, a real all-night kind of thing, huh? Wasn't expecting to do much today. Super chill vibes today. What I will do, though, if we're getting off, is send you guys to command station. Wait, let's watch this one game, right? Is this the finals? What are they loading up into? What the hell? They all spawn on top of each other like that? Join Octane, Zuma, and Benjay when they watch the matches together. Okay. I appreciate the encouragement, guys. I do. Look, man, Halo's my baby, and I'm super, like, reluctant. It's going to be hard to pull me away. Depending on what they announce. If what they announce on the 24th is, like, we're not super excited about it, or everything looks super far out, then I think we might not have a choice. Like, I'll have to, you know, engage with COD. And it's on my mind for sure. The game does look fun as hell. What do I feel I might lack knowledge with COD from Halo? I don't know yet. Ask me that again when we actually try to get into it. I don't know. I think we'll be okay. I think I just got to play the game. I don't like not being good at, like, having some skill in the game and talking about it. Even if I'm confident in my ability to communicate, like, I want to be able to back it up a bit, you know? Like, if I'm playing Halo, I can hold my own in a high-quality lobby. I'd like to be able to do that in COD. Right, that's the analyst for Optic, right? Heyo? Optics analyst. He did some streams covering their scrims for the brief window. That, like, Shotzi was streaming scrims and whatnot, I think, right? Yeah, he's a good person to interact with. I think he follows me, actually, on Twitter, so maybe I can go that direction. Yeah. My girl knows. She's okay with it. As long as it's Halo and nobody else. Since him and Karma joined, Optic have gone back to back. Okay. Merc a big part of that too, I'm sure. I don't know what's like what area we're in the tournament or what. Like if this is the last match.
All the way and be the first player.
I kind of hope it is. I'm not gonna lie.
Point, Ellen. You gotta think on this map mode. She's the one most primed for a deep run.
And just thinking about the fact that she's just like throughout the whole entire
Man,
day,
this lady
pretty much
is
averaged
nasty.
first
She is,
place,
yeah.
with this being the last couple of games, third and second, or quote
She
unquote,
barely
worst
reacts to
two
things. Yeah, that's
placings,
part of
but
it though too, is
Command
right. It's like
Station
keeping your
setting the bar
emotions
really
in check.
high, but Miss Rogue also
I talked to
being
Command
there
Station
who
about
can
that.
really have these crazy
Before she won. Her nerves is a big thing. She gets nervous when she's playing on lane, as everybody does. But she's had to, like, you know, with experience, learn to manage that. I think that's a really big thing, is like how you react when things don't go your way. Maybe certain breathing techniques, posture, I don't know, but just learning to manage her nerves, because she would get like very nervous on lane. COD is 80% Optic fans. How much of the fan base is Halo? Wait, how much fan base in Halo are COD fans? I don't know. I don't know what percentage of the Halo fan base actually watch COD as well, but probably a decent chunk. There are definitely Optic fans that don't even watch Halo that'll just come watch Optic. You know, we lose a good chunk of viewers every time Optic is, if they're knocked out of a tournament or something, you know. Good chunk of people dip because they're just there for optics, so there's always that. But I don't know how many people are into COD that watch Halo. I feel like Halo has got its own niche, you know? This year specifically, optics sort of like value in the public's eye is not at the same level as it was years before that. Sick triple. She got it nicely done. Beautiful. Drops the nade, cuts the angle. That's enough, though. Good advantage. Optic could kind of become the villains to the public a little bit. Like, to a good... There's a good chunk of the audience that, you know, really appreciated Lucid, Trippy, Penguin, and, like, their, you know, contribution to the Optic team. And Lucid especially, when he was no longer on the roster. People kind of went with him. So there's a lot of FaZe fans, or really just Lucid fans supporting FaZe, right? SR are playing so well right now that they've stolen fan base too, so it doesn't feel like... Well, I would say there's more Optic fans than any other fan base. It's more like a 60 20 60 20 20 50 50 25 25 50 no 50 like 35 it goes Optic, then the FaZe Lucid fans, like 50 30 20, something like that. 30, 20. And then no fans of anything else. Nah, I'm kidding. There are, you know, a little bit of SSG, a little bit of MV, but it's predominantly between those three teams. Royal 2 would absolutely be gross at COD. I don't think he will transition, though. I mean, I'm sure he could play it, but it's hard to imagine him starting again, unless he got, like, a crazy offer. I don't know. Bro is what? He's got like a 15, 17-year career in Halo. Something insane. One of the longest standing active careers in Halo, still winning. Looking like an all-time #1, like, GOAT, basically. In standings, the fact that he's still winning right now. Hard to justify making a change, but he could. In 2 weeks, he might have his 4th World Championship. Yeah. And if you take all of his LAN wins and Grand Finals, you know, performances and whatnot, it's kind of insane. And COD Ghost. Yeah. One thing that Formal brought up with COD is just the amount of playtime required in competition. You're scrimming, it sounds like, much longer hours than in Halo. Like, the Halo is better balanced with schedule or something like that. With COD, there'd be a lot of grinding to get into the scene. FaZe has the most respectful people from the other teams. Yeah, I don't know. That's fine. Like what you want to like one. No way. Oh, good not opening fire. So risky to go for the camo in FFA. But when you get it, you're freaking Terminator. She's dead. Should be dead. You missed Steven? Yeah, I wonder how Steven's doing. Hopefully he's okay. Steven popped off yesterday. Would I put R2 number 1 if he wins Worlds? Maybe, bro. Like all-time number 1 over Ogre 2. It's kind of, it feels disrespectful to put anybody over Ogre 2, to be honest. It feels disrespectful. It's not really a fair comparison, but if there's anybody who's most well-suited, it's World 2. Assuming he wins that World Championship as well. Winning by a large margin considering his FFA. Oh, yeah, huge. Second place with 29. Specifically this map, right? You can tell she's got a ton of experience on this map. The other map's looking a little bit, you know, uncoordinated. Not entirely sure how to, like, most efficiently play it. And, I mean, the maps aren't exactly designed. Or maybe they are designed with the intention of FFA. I don't know. Different skill gap for this one, though. She's got way more experience here. Said he played against teachers and plumbers. He thinks he's number 1. I'm sure he thinks that. I don't know if that's what he said. I'm saying as a someone in my position. I do agree that, like, the Royal 2's feat, in my mind, is more impressive considering where we are with esports today. But, you know, for that era of Halo, you can't deny Ogre 2's legacy. So it's just, you can't compare them, bro. It's a weird comparison. Be lucky to get the opportunity again, which I don't see happening. Would be lucky, you think? Fifth, sixth, and what, Ernest? Ooh. Online bracket said. A bracket from a different... So yesterday, Optic won. Yesterday, Optic won. Dominating if they adjust to playing their life less.
That was so scrappy.
In Respawn's game modes. Playing their life less. It's interesting, because, yeah, like, with Halo... Playing your life can be seen as selfish as well, and you might miss opportunities in doing so, but at the same time, you can kind of, like, play your life and be involved, right? Like, you watch Cycle and Last Shot, they play their lives exceptionally well, but they're always in the interaction. They're never like, disengaging from team play. It's interesting, though, yeah. Like, how prevalent is team shotting in COD? It's got to be a thing, right? It's got to be, like, a sizable thing, you would think. Once you have, like, a setup, you're team shotting for sure. But, like, baiting and switching, like Halo? I don't know, right? Halo's, like, baiting, switching, team shotting, taking advantage of, like, the little shields that you have to stay in the fight. Ooh. That was a sick reach out. Backs up, late jumps and like the fade back to reach out. Like did it gently too. Didn't just like wide jump out, you know, just got like a peak. Don't team shot much. The skill gap is in hell. Oh, really? Interesting. See, I have to kind of from the ground up like really start investing into it. I've never actually put my full energy into COD. Pink Sakura is nasty. Yeah, she's really nasty. Here's a good 1v1. Not a bad idea. Some player directly behind her as well, just forcing that trade. Especially on Pink Sakura, who could end up finessing the 1v1. Like, if she takes too long to fight that, she's going to get beat down or shot in the back. Cherry picked. That was smart, though. She's in an isolated hallway. People can't as conveniently shoot her, so she backs it up and avoids the trade. So smart. Shoots the nade on the floor. Lethal Vixen dead to rights. You kind of like choose whether or not you're going to force trade or play the full out play, depending on who you're playing against, the environment that you're in. Absolutely shitting right now. Jumps over the head for a second beatdown. G-slide? Almost won the fight. What a sequence, though. What a sequence, right? That was sick. Yeah. Miss Rogue gave up her high ground very quickly.
That much?
She's got like a 2.0 KD nearly, which is pretty crazy. Not picking up Threat Seeker. Yeah, exactly. Stick? Yeah. Missed 2 shots, just decided to trade it. If she hits those shots, she plays the interaction differently. Misses 2, there's no point. Just throw the sticky. I mean, this game has been over for a while now, but you gotta respect her just, like, padding the stats at this point. Pretty cool, man. When it comes to this map specifically, she seems far and above the other ladies in the scene. I would like to see Miss Lacar participate in this tournament. I'm surprised she didn't.
Let me see if that's the end, or if I have to play one more.
Yeah, is that like the end of it? Because wow.
I'm gonna cry.
I think actually, if a full Halo team came into challenges, the only thing that can screw them is their pace. Yeah, no, you definitely don't want, because it's happened before, right? They've had full Halo teams jump over to COD in the past, and it doesn't typically go well. You want to have a mix of like COD vets that have a better understanding of how to approach the game. Her and Audie, true. Audie's not in this too, right? Audie and Miss Lacar are somehow not in a 5K, ladies 5K. Anyway, give Allie, Command Station, some love. Definitely deserves it. I don't know if she's got any more to play or if she's getting off. I'm going to send the viewers over to her. Have the rest of my evening. It is Thanksgiving in Canada, so happy Thanksgiving, any fellow Canadians, if you happen to be lingering. I don't know if I'll be here on Monday. I might not be back till Tuesday. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming by. And, yeah, a little bit of inspiration to maybe get in the car. We'll see. I'll be keeping tabs. We're pretty like dialed into Halo just because we're the World Championship 2 weeks out. After that, I'm sure things will change. All right, 104 over to Command Station. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Have a great rest of your evening. Good night, YouTube. Tuesday. Yeah, look out for me. I'll see you.